Sheesh. Sheesh. TikTok. Chill out. Chill the fuck out, TikTok. Okay? Y'all can watch. Come here. Sit down. Sit down at the computer. Chill out. Get you some popcorn and just watch. Learn something. If y'all black and y'all working for TikTok, learn something. Maybe y'all quit. You feel me? But just chill out. Let me rep out for a couple hours, alright? Guaranteed it's gonna benefit all of us. Let me rep out TikTok. Let me do my thing. Man. Oh yeah. Man, I had to restart my phone and some more shit.
Oh, well, I was wondering.
Yeah.
My,
I closed out the app and stuff. I thought that was gonna work.
it
Shit, that
did.
shit was froze in the motherfucker.
You know what? I remember. I was doing something. I was over here by. I told you about these woods, about the college I work at up here. I was over where
Yeah.
some of the land they left natural. They just left it natural over there. I was on TikTok and I was recording the video just went beep. And then when I tried to upload it, just because it happened, they said that it had copyrights like to the sound. And I'm like, how's the
What?
sound copyrighted? Like, and I still had a video. I think I shared it on my IG and stuff. I got to start getting these videos on my YouTube because YouTube, you kind of safe on there. As long as you say it ain't for kids, they don't really mess with you.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, TikTok. See, and I looked up TikTok. Like a lot of people ain't really looking up these these platforms and stuff. Like the TikTok we got here is a little different from the one that's over there in China and stuff like that. But they still got like I guess they still got contracts or what is it? Rights to the TikTok here. There is just somebody here bought I guess a share of it, and so they just control only what's in the US. But I think that's the whole reason why we have issues with TikTok, like because of that. And then, like if you look it up and start looking up all the who own it and stuff like that, it switches a whole web page, and it don't show like the stuff in blue and all that. It show stuff in like in white and gray, and it's crazy. Like when you get to looking up, you know what I'm saying, some stuff.
Mm, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was saying, yep, I would have tried to hurry up and set up that Zoom and stuff before they get too antsy with us, like, 'cause they gonna be like,
Say my message to you, take it slow, be patient, my love. I feel the love emanating. 100.
yeah. My mom got my book, one of my books I was reading, the numbers and stuff. The what is it? I think Divine Child was talking about last night.
Yeah.
I'm still doing the numbers, like I still be memorizing the numbers, like so. Hopefully in a few
I
weeks
found
I can spread that information to people.
nah for real. I found two of them that I'm looking into right now.
Okay.
Yeah, trying to manifest them real quick.
Hmm. Oh yeah. It's a quiet night up here on campus and a lot going on. Yep, I was
What college you at?
University of Cincinnati.
Oh, okay, yeah, you did say that too, like a couple hours ago.
Yeah, they do the initiations and all that stuff. They be doing a lot up here. We had one year where the police up here shot some this guy Sam Dubose.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, they locked them up or whatever, and so now they had the CP up here. They had Cincinnati police up here now mostly
And they
from
said
that.
fuck the security guards. They want the police.
Uh, yeah, because I mean the UC police up here was doing a lot of stuff like they was whipping on people like they was regular police and all that like
Mm.
profiling. So that humbled them. Yeah, that definitely humbled them now though. Like what we do on campus now, we couldn't do 10 years ago.
Right. And
Mm-hmm.
I ain't been on
Yeah,
no
yeah.
campus since I was at Kansas, college
Shit.
Kansas.
I dropped out of school in the 10th grade. That shit was exhausting. I hated school. I told my mom I didn't
I
like it.
was through the whole way through.
I told her I want to work. My mom said, okay. See, I was the kid. That's probably why I am the way I am now, too. Like, because I was way before my time. Like, and I know a lot of people that was born in the 80s is like that, like way before their time. Like, and so I just told my mom, I told my mom everything I did when I started doing, I didn't have nothing. Like, and she couldn't do nothing but accept it. Like, and accept me for, you know what I'm saying, for me, instead of her trying to make me be this kid that she wanted me to be. She like, you know what I'm saying, you mature, like you seem like you already know what you want to do. Like, so she just helped push me toward doing that.
Reconnect with your inner child. She needs you, babe.
Oh
Definitely,
yeah.
definitely,
Let me
definitely
see
got to
this right
reconnect with
here.
our inner child. Our imagination, our creativity side.
All that.
All
That's what the children here for. That's what children come here for us to connect with our inner child. They help us remember how to imagine everything, have
that.
imagination, all that. Yeah, I'm just standing outside the
Nah, for
building I
real.
work in. See, look, check this out. Like, so this building I work in right here. See if I can get a good view. See, that's a griffin up there,
That
and then
symbolized the griffin.
yeah, this building got a lot of little symbols and stuff on it. So
I bet it do. Shit,
this
bet
this
it
the
do.
war,
Okay.
World War II. That's what they put on the bottom of the building. That's what this all is.
That's why I
I never figured out why the dude was in the box though.
said dude in the box. I got see that one at the
Let
top.
me see. There you go. He got his gun and everything, but he in the box. Yeah.
It means something. Much love, much
Yeah.
love. Stay safe, stay dangerous.
Hmm. Oh yeah. See, I think this all fake. See, they built
Yeah,
all this right here. This a
yeah,
tunnel. Walking on the tunnel. Remember, I was showing y'all that tunnel. That's
yeah.
this. That's what all this is right here.
Okay.
Like, so I
Man, I
just
bet they
be
got a
like,
whole bunch of
yeah,
tunnels in that whole ass school.
yeah. But I'm low key historian too. Like, I love history. Like, I love finding out the real history, like the stuff they be trying to
Thanks.
hide.
Yeah, real shit. Real
Cause
shit.
that's what helped you remember. Like,
Definitely.
I'm still trying to figure these cranes out. Like, I feel like the cranes got a lot to do with the Matrix, building the Matrix. This how they build every building in this place is with the crane. I ain't got the time to do the research on that one. That's like a beyond topic for me.
I say
And it's definitely a Greek. They named after a Greek guy. See, they said they was named after them birds, but it's really a Greek guy when you get into the research of it. Like
the
so,
crane of the school.
the cranes, the
Okay.
cranes. Have you ever heard of the archon?
Yeah.
Yeah. So all that apparently ties in together. Is from the little bit of research that I did.
I love to walk around out there at night though.
Yeah,
It look
I be
calm and
walking.
it looks serene.
Yeah, in the daytime you could it's a lot of students and stuff like so it just be like you see a lot of the machines working, the system working in the
Yeah,
daytime. At
yeah,
nighttime it's
yeah.
peaceful. Yeah,
That's why I love the night. That's why I'm always up so late. That's why I always been like that.
yeah, it's
It's just so
definitely
peaceful. You can think at night.
it's much better at nighttime.
Let's say we see
I be
better at
getting a
night.
lot of studying done at night. Like
Not for
I
real.
researched, yeah, I researched a lot of like about the Bible and stuff like that at nighttime. I remember when this 5G stuff was coming out, and a lot of people was like, "Oh, like you know what I'm saying, 5G ain't nothing to worry about and stuff." And I got to digging into my phone would say, "What is it? LTM? No. What do you say? The LTE,
Yeah,
and I didn't know
yeah,
what
yeah.
that meant. So I looked up what it meant. When I got to looking up what it meant and stuff like that, it was so deep. Like, and that was another thing. Like, that's what I kind of wish TikTok was out like 4 years ago because I shared that on Facebook and Facebook took that too. Like, but the LTE like that's like some whole radio waves and all that, and it connects with the phones, connect with our brain waves. Like, it was real deep.
That that's part of what I was showing yesterday with the US patents and stuff. The patents that they
Okay.
got out that's controlling our or manipulating our goddamn. I'm gonna have to go look at it. Manipulating our electromagnetic fields using monitoring.
Okay.
That's the
Right.
name.
Okay.
But it's like 15 different patterns on the first one. So like 15
Mhm.
different limousines, and then the next one like five different ones, and then the next one like eight different patterns type shit. They all do
Okay.
something different. They
Right.
affect our
Right.
motor skills, our brain functions, shit like that. Shit
Yeah, because
crazy.
that's what. Yeah, because I was
And we
researching.
actually
I was
support
like,
that. We actually support it
I ain't hear
subliminally and not knowing. Because we support it with like Christmas. You see what I'm saying? Like Santa Claus is actually Santa Claus. Santa Claus is a weak point. So that's actually talking about the poles. Where does Santa Claus live?
oh,
In the North Pole, right?
North Pole,
So
right?
that's a weak spot. And where does Santa Claus get his help from? From the
Mm,
elves, which is extra low frequency. So that's the
mm.
gridlock right there.
Okay. Yeah. See.
They play a lot of games like that with subliminal messages because they
Yeah.
first have to get you to buy into it or support it. You know what I mean?
Agree to it. That's what my
Yeah.
mom she said to me like who agreed to all these cell phones and stuff. Like I didn't ever agree to no cell phone. I don't want no cell phone. Like
Hmm.
and you know what I'm saying? She had a valid point though. Like nobody
Not for
really
real.
was like, oh yeah, let's get these cell phones. Like they just came out with them. We was like, all right, let's try them. We bought them, and then next thing you know, is no landline phones.
That shit took off.
Like yeah, like and then it got to the point where they like, well, we thought y'all wanted to use the phones outside. We forgot y'all still want to use the phones inside. So then they said that's why we give it now. That's why we created 5G. Like, but when I was reading about the LTEs and stuff, they plan on creating all the way up to like 9G. What is it? Yeah, like 9G or something like that. Like they just plan on to keep going. What the hell happened?
They really using them for the weather machines, weather control. 5G towers do a lot.
I know they popping up more and more
Yeah.
in my city, and then what I noticed when we went up to Detroit one weekend, Detroit had blue lights. I ain't never seen no blue street lights a day in my life. They just had a whole street of blue lights. Like I
They
don't
got
really
them
know
down
what
here
the
too.
Yeah.
yeah, I
And
don't
they got
really
them
know
down
what
there in
them
Miami.
mean.
But they say, all
I
right,
know
watch
them.
this. My granddad used to always say that blue light, because when I was young, I used to be like, I like the blue lights on the Christmas tree. And he used to correlate the
Yeah.
blue lights with Lucifer because it puts you to
Yeah,
sleep.
Ah.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. Cause I was
I
like,
was
when
like,
I ain't
damn.
gonna like, I won't lie. When I saw it and I was driving and stuff, I told my dude, I said, "Hey, this ain't good. I don't know what these blue lights mean, but this ain't good." And he looked at me like I'm nuts. Like, and
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but like, and he like, yeah, I don't know what it mean either. Like, but it just
Remember
gave
that?
me this real bad
Y'all,
feeling.
Edmund say he noticed them too.
you remember that old y'all
Okay.
remember that old cartoon, A Bug's Life?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Bugs
yeah.
Life.
I
Yeah, yeah.
remember when
Mhm.
the little mosquito was looking at the blue light. He's like, "Look away." He's like, "I can't. It's so beautiful." And
Oh.
he
Yeah, yeah,
went straight
yeah,
into.
Mhm. Wow, it is that
facts,
deep.
facts. Yeah, they play on our perception a lot of ways.
Yep.
Yeah, cause I've been hearing a lot of people talk about the sky being a projection, and
Definitely,
so at first I was thinking literally, like like a projection, like how you watch something on a projection and stuff, and then I got to thinking like, no. Nothing is literal. Everything is, you know what I'm saying, more on another frequency or dimension. And I looked it up, and so when I was looking it up, and it started talking about the dome and how the dome is what's giving off the projection with the sun, and I'm like, okay. So I haven't fully looked all the way into it. I only read like one article on it, like just, but I had to do that just so I can grasp it a little bit because the clouds, like I watched a video about NASA making clouds
definitely.
and where I leave my trash can at? Oh, my trash can on one. My phone might cut out. I'm about to get on this elevator. But
Okay.
it should still keep the connection. It just might break up when I get on here. But yeah, they was it did the video like when you it was on Twitter is where I saw the video at. But like if you look on there, they saying that the video is fake. But it got like the clouds that's in the video look like the clouds that you see today.
You talking about where the white reporter dude was at the NASA facility and they was making the clouds behind him and then it started
Uh
raining
huh.
and stuff. Yeah,
Yep.
nah, they cap.
Yeah. Yeah.
They
That's
always gonna
it.
say it's fake and stuff though. They always gonna deny. That's what they
Right.
do.
Right. That's it.
That's what they do. Them goddamn pictures that
And
they show us of the globe and shit, that's what's fake. Here you talking about them goddamn CGI ass
oh.
pictures and them damn videos. That's what goddamn fake. These fucking maps they making and shit. That was fake.
Mhm. Yeah, because I didn't seen the video on NASA where they was talking about NASA. They make those images, they make those pictures. Like they was admitting that they make that stuff.
Definitely. They invented CGI in like the 60s or
Mm.
40s or something like that. Yeah, that's facts.
Yep, I just watched the video where they said CERN was created in like 1958 or 1954 or something like that, and then later after that
Yeah,
they created the internet.
Mhm.
Like I ain't
It's
even,
two.
yeah, I
yeah, the
didn't know
internet been out
CERN
there
was
too.
that old.
It's two things I'm a reference will really fuck me up. Will make me don't believe anything I see on TV. One is what they call Plato's allegory of the cave.
Mm.
Plato's allegory of the cave, and it was a movie called Old Boy where they locked this
Oh
dude in the
boy.
room. They locked him in a room for about shoot. It was about 10. No, it was about 5 years. They locked him in this room, right? So first they framed him and make it look. They killed his wife and made it seem to the news and everything like it was him that killed his wife. So they kidnapped him and locked him up in the room for 5 years. His little girl and got grown and everything. You know what I mean? Matter
I
of
think
fact, it
I
was longer
seen
than
it.
five. It was like 20 years. Man, they did this man so wrong. I'm talking about they flipped his whole world upside down because in the room they locked him in, he had one TV, and he only could watch
Mm,
like a select few channels. So he's seeing his little
wow.
girl grow up on this TV, on the news and stuff like that. And but
Damn.
a long story short, it's a spoiler. So it's like basically in his mind, what he thought was his daughter wasn't even actually his daughter. They was behind the scenes.
Facts.
They was all actors and
Wow.
everything like that. Came out.
Wow.
The first lady he met was helping him trying to find his daughter, and he ended up
Mm,
sleeping with the lady. But just the twist to the end of it, the lady he slept with was
mm.
actually his daughter.
Oh, wow. I feel like I did see that movie.
Yeah, man,
That was a
I
I
cold
was
did
ass
like,
see
movie
that
for me
hell,
too.
movie.
I'm in the room
I
yelling like,
did.
what the fuck?
I did. What you said that movie called? What is it again?
Oh boy, like
Yeah, I seen that movie. Cause I thought I seen some crazy stuff. The Skin I Live In, that was something crazy too. That go right hand in hand with that movie. It got Antonio Banderas in it, and he had kidnapped this little boy that raped his. Well, he ain't raped his daughter. It was a misunderstanding, and so she went crazy though, and she was scared of all men after that. So he kidnapped dude, gave him a sex change, and turned him into a woman. Then he like, but you brainwashed him, and so then he fell in love with him. Like, and then apparently when he gave him the sex change, he also gave him a face operation and made him look like his ex-wife that he killed because he was cheating with his brother. I mean, she was cheating with his brother. And so when the
Oh,
brother came, the brother saw the dude that looked like the ex-wife slept with him. And so they gave him a chance to kill his brother. And then him and the dude that he turned into the girl started sleeping together. And then she turned around and killed them. It
that
was
sounds
crazy.
familiar. You don't remember the
Man,
name of
it's
that
a
one?
whole movie too. Yeah, it's called The Skin I Live In.
The Skin I Live. I'm about to watch that
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
that one. Yeah, that one that blew my mind right there. That was that me and my dude was watching that movie. I was yelling at the TV like, "Oh my goodness!" That was one of but they
that
called
shit
that one a
cold.
thriller. Yeah, I think they called that a thriller. That was off the chain. I
Cold
did
blood.
watch
Yeah.
some fantasies too. The Forgotten. That was like about
Got
this guy. He killed this family, and they reenacted. They brain. I mean, they what is it? When they what is it? Hypnosis. They hypnotized him,
okay.
made him think that he was a kid that day he killed that family like 5 years ago, and they reenacted all the way up until like 7 days until he remembered that he killed the family and admitted it. But it was cold blooded, like because it was just a whole bunch of twists. Like I don't even want to like explain that one. Like you just gotta watch it. It's called Forgotten, and it's a Chinese movie. So like you have to, you know what I'm saying, watch it with the
Yeah.
captions. But it's worth watching. It like give you a whole different look at just what they able to do out here. Like you know what I'm saying. You
Mm-hmm.
think they can't do nothing? The government can do everything. Like
Nah,
I
for real.
watched, yeah, I watched about 10 movies that was all like close to this movie where, and they was the government. This was the government that hypnotized this man and did that to him to get him to admit that he did the murders. Like it was, whew,
I seen that movie where they made everybody smile.
it
Like
made
damn, I
everybody
think it's called
smile.
Downside or some shit.
Downsize and nah, I
Yeah, they
ain't seen
shrunk
that one.
Oh,
everybody and
yeah.
they was building like little small cities and shit like that. Like they had little
Yeah.
small
Yeah.
businesses and everything. But
They
Damn.
talking about the world coming to an end. It was a firecracker.
Oh, okay. Why? I'm gonna have to check that one out.
nah, that
That was
it got what's the dude's name that played the Born Ultimatum? He played all
Yeah,
them movies. Yeah, the Born Supremacy and shit.
yeah,
Jason
that was a
Bourne.
good
Mm-hmm.
movie though.
Yeah,
Jason
they got
Bourne.
him in there. And
Okay.
him and his wife, they were supposed to be, going through the
Hmm.
procedure together and getting strong together and shit. And he ended up getting strong, and when he get over there on the other side, he like shit.
She
Where my
backed
wife at?
out.
He yeah, come to find out she ain't never get strong. She was like, fuck that shit.
Oh wow.
Hey,
And it
but you
ain't
know
no
I
Damn.
reversing
feel
this
like
shit.
they
That's
did a
crazy.
spin-off off of that, and they did it with computers. It's a show, I believe it's on Netflix, but it's called Download or something like that,
Damn,
or
for
Download.
Upload.
real,
It's
they did
called
a spinoff.
Upload. Yeah, it's called Upload. It's similar to
Oh, I
that. So
seen that. I
basically,
seen that.
where you
That.
upload your conscious and everything to this computer, this computer hard drive, and you living in like this little like them retirement home places and stuff like that. You could get
Yeah, yeah,
upgrades. You
yeah,
could,
yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
Wow.
But that show you how we actually make those things possible and make them come through. Because all right, let's say this. Let's rewind back about 100 years ago, right? And somebody had an idea of going out of space. You see what I'm saying? We look at that person like, man, you crazy, man. What you talking about? Da, 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 da. But then they'll start motion films. So if you look at motion films and they show you what company is like supporting or what whatever production company is supporting this. So let's say like Orion Gates or something like that, right? Supported Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So all the money that was funded from that movie would go to NASA to actually support the actual project of going out of space. So we
Okay.
fund that shit without knowing. You see what I'm saying? Because we'll pay
Mm-hmm.
to go to the
Yeah.
movies and say, "Oh, I'm gonna see this Star
Right.
Wars movie." You
Yeah,
know?
that's why I do be decode movies. Like when I be looking at movies and stuff, I don't look at just who playing in it, what roles they playing. You know what I'm saying? What the
Mhm.
movie's about. I be looking at where the production coming at, who all came together. Like I watched one, it had three big time productions in it. I looked at the beginning of the movie, and I looked at my dude and said, "Hey, this movie about to be cold." And it was something like Moonfall or something with mad CGI type of stuff going on. Like, and I can't remember which movie it was because I watched so many of them. Like, but it was a real good one. I'm gonna have to make a list of some movies or something like that one
Nah, for
time.
real, we need to we
I
need to
think,
make a movie
Yeah.
live or some shit
yeah,
where we just
Hmm.
busting down all these subliminal messages in the movies and shit. For real.
yeah.
'Cause that shit be
Yeah.
real. Like it was this one TV show I was watching, and it was like, man, this motherfucker was crazy. It was like so they take the kid of like if you a rich powerful person or something like that, like the rich powerful people, bankers and stuff like just think about the people who own the oils and the gases and shit. So they'll take their kid, like they'll make up some type of way to where they'll have you send your kid to their private school. But the school is really like they taking your kid and they doing plastic surgery. Like they'll get another kid, they'll probably clone them or something like that, or just they'll get another kid and they'll do like this perfect plastic surgery to make this kid look just like your kid, and then they'll lock them up, and then they'll leave y'all down there. You know what I'm saying? You and this other clone of you, until they like study every like part of you. You know what I'm saying? Until they can actually act like you and be you. And then when they feel like they done passed and they can successfully be you, they send you back home. I mean, they send the clone back home. And then the clone end up killing the parents and shit and taking over the business. And then that's how they, what I'm saying, start running certain parts of the, what I'm
That
saying?
sounds familiar
They,
too.
uh,
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I think I might have seen that before. Yeah. But
I
I
forgot.
don't put my I wouldn't put
I
it past
forgot.
them. I feel like they do shit like that for real.
Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. Like,
'Cause remember that?
yeah.
Remember it was a movie. It was a movie with Angelina Jolie. It's like it's set.
Okay.
The setting of it is like an old time where her son went missing and he came back like, or they founded him in like I guess like in a month or something like that. And she kept telling the husband like, "That's not my son. Like I know my son. Like that's not my son." You see what
I
I'm saying?
remember that.
You
And
said
uh,
Angelina
Yeah,
Jolie?
yeah, yeah,
I I want to
I
say
yeah.
there's a
I
forgot.
movie
remember that
called
movie.
Original
I wish
or something like
Huh?
that. I want to say it's called
Yeah,
the
I can't think of
Original or
the
something
name
like
of
that.
it.
The original. I don't know. I feel
I
like
Mm.
I
could
done
be
seen damn near
mistaken though.
all Angelina movies, but I can't remember. I don't know.
Oh, it's
Dang.
called Changeling. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
Now we can
Okay, okay. Yeah, it's called Changeling.
Changeling. That's
change
exactly
me.
what it is. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
never forget that
Oh,
movie.
them
That
some
movie had
real
me on my.
creatures. Yeah, changeling.
Yeah, that was for
Yeah.
real. That happened for
Yeah,
real. I know that happened for real because it was a lot of missing kids and stuff going on, and they always be hiding it. They be hiding them kids missing. The
yeah.
police
See,
department, and a lot of times they be having stuff to do with it. Sometimes.
Hmm.
man, these creatures
Yeah,
snatch up the
yeah.
kids, go ahead,
And
eat them, and do whatever they gonna do with them,
hmm
and
I
take their
watch.
place, and then they feed off the parents while they
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
sleep. They feed off the parents
I
every night.
watched one called Duel. It's called Duel. Y'all gotta check that out. It's about it is it's like supposed to be a new age movie. And so she thought she was about to die. So she had a clone made of herself. But come to find out when she ain't dying, they said, well, you or the clone can live. And the clone lived long enough to have rights. So they had to have a duel to see who was gonna live. So she had to kill her clone, but her clone was smarter than her. Her clone poisoned her because she was stupid. That's all I can say. Like she was, cause you know she like how you gonna let your guard down knowing that y'all fighting for y'all lives. Like, but the movie was deep because they doing clone. Like I had looked up cloning companies, like, and you definitely could get a clone of yourself. Like,
Oh yeah, that's on market. In
man,
2018, they started a like a synthetic part where they started. They launched it. They had been started,
mm,
but they launched it in like 2018. But like you can if you whatever you want to look like, you can go design
mm,
your body. You can go to this place, go design your avatar. Feel me?
mm,
And they're gonna download your
yeah.
consciousness and all your memories on this disc, and then they're gonna put it in there. It's called digital immortality.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta have
saw
some paper.
what's
But
that little artist dude that was talking about that? I saw he was talking to somebody named like Trippy Red or something. Him
probably.
and
And they kill
it,
Trippy. Oh no, no,
yeah,
they ain't kill Trippy. They kill
what's his
what's
name? I can't think of the
XXX.
yeah, I can't think of the
Oh
dude
yeah.
name. Not I don't think his name was XXX, but he was talking to damn, what
Kid
is this
Boo.
dude? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Yeah,
Kid
I
Boo. I
think
know Kid Boo. He always talking about his clone and him being cloned and stuff like that's
yeah,
all he be
yeah,
talking about.
him. Yeah, yeah, that's
He got
exactly
like
who.
pink hair and stuff like that, light skinned dude.
Yep, yep,
Yeah. Yeah. That's
yeah.
Kid Boo.
Okay, yeah. I was looking at him, and then I was looking at the dude Trippy Red. That's his name, him. And he was talking about he got a clone and all that. And I was just looking at it like, wow, like I don't know about all that, but I know a lot of them be talking about this, that, and the third, and they be having surgery.
Yeah, a lot of them be like, they got real great plastic surgeons out here that can make people look like,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? So that's what a lot of them be too, but they can clone. Like they
Yeah,
clone everything. They
yeah.
clone, they
I think
cloning our
that was
food
just
and all that shit.
yeah, I think that was just publicity because I deal with the theory thing a lot. So a lot of this stuff they be telling us too, they have to tell us so that we can agree to it. Like so, once we know about it, we do nothing about it. We agree to it.
Right. You submitting to it. Edmund
There we
said,
go.
does that
Mm-hmm.
sound like a potential hell? All someone has to do is reprogram it and your fears are forever. Nah, for real. I mean, that's the world a lot of people want to live in, man. All these freak ass, like, man, in a couple years, it's gonna be like our robot. Y'all remember that movie with Will Smith?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It's finna be
Yeah.
like that in a couple years. Just think about it in 10 years, cause they already got like real sex doll robots that look just real as
Yeah.
hell. They already
Oh
got
my gosh, and they
robots
ain't like
in the
they ain't like
warehouses that
that.
look real as shit.
Yep,
And
tell them
yeah,
they having intercourse with AI, man. Y'all don't know y'all indulging with AI every trip.
man, it's finna
That's
be our
crazy
robot.
because y'all know we actually the ones that's programming this AI.
They learning from
So,
us. Right.
yep.
They learning from
Yeah,
us.
yeah, that's why I could do double laugh at that statement.
All these little cell phones and all that shit. Yeah, they getting all our emotions, expressions, all that. Yeah.
Yep.
That's
My
basically
thing
what I've
is, I,
been learning in all the movies that I've been watching, where the AIs be taking over and taking control. It be them somebody teaching them first, and then they just basically excel at past them.
Right.
yep. But my question is about this AI thing is because it's like it's coming from the far left. So we
Mm,
know that we more nature people. You see what I'm saying? We from nature, so we support nature. But the far left doesn't, so they ain't gonna never agree with us. You see what they're saying?
mm,
Right.
So it's like,
mm-hmm.
are they gonna program the AI to, you see what I'm saying, to be against that as
So,
well? Because it'll be just like the Matrix.
mm,
It
I'm not
already is
sure
like the
about that.
Matrix.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
If you
a
look
couple
at
of
it,
movies.
anybody who sleep, they can become Agent Smith right now.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's true.
Definitely. Yeah, yeah, they're
You gotta look at
have
it
y'all
like we
jammed up in a
Neo.
minute.
We Neo now. We woke. We know we got powers. We know we more. You know what I'm saying? We can bend this world to our, you know what I'm saying, to our whims. But
Hmm.
everybody else, they walk around and be like a zombie.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Real
So
shit.
I
Yes,
feel
they
like
do.
I feel like we'll have a fighting chance if we. I mean, we already doing it. That's why sometimes I think like everything is all wise right in this act because if you look at what's going on TikTok and stuff like that, like the conversations that's being had, it's a division, it's a split. You see what I'm
Mm,
saying?
mm, yeah,
So
Yeah.
I feel like
definitely.
if the AI sees that, it's like it knows the nature of its maker. You understand what I'm
Oh
saying?
yeah,
Like
it
so.
already know how to divide us.
Hmm. So it knows the AI will know that it its creator is a savage basically. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm,
I feel like that could
mm-hmm,
kind of play in our favor if we just program it right. You see what I'm saying? That's why
mm-hmm.
they try. That's why they also trying so hard to limit what we talk about on TikTok. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah, that
Okay.
it's funny
Okay,
that you
God.
mentioned that because a movie I done watched two movies where it was something like that. Where one was it was a house, a smart house, and that house hacked into the girl phone, and you know our cell phones are very
Nah,
intimate
you
for us. They
good.
have
Good.
everything on us, the music, everything we like, sentimental music like that means something to us. Like so the house got mad at the girl, you know what I'm saying, and started manipulating her through her cell phone with music playing on her emotions. And they had a smart house and a smart car. And so she thought she was about to get out the house. And the system ended up hacking into the smart car. And that's how it ended up killing her. You know what I'm saying? Because it hacked
Damn.
into the car. Yeah. And then another one was it was like a robot that was supposed to be, they called them home health care or home health aides or something like that. That's what they said they was for. And so they was one of the family members was mean to this one or whatever, tried to kill it and everything. And apparently the system was so smart when they got rid of the one robot, it hacked into all the other made robots and downloaded its memory in it and started trying to say it wanted to make alliance with the humans. And we apparently didn't do what it wanted. We didn't do what it wanted, so then they started trying to kill off all the humans, like, and so and it was basically a learned behavior that they got from us, like because everybody in the house was bullying everybody and all type of stuff, and was one the little girl was teaching it like don't let nobody walk over you and stuff like that, and it was crazy.
It's
So
like
I've
just
been
like you
watching.
just said, they started out in the house like home health care and shit. That's how they started out in our robot.
Hmm.
First generation
Yeah.
robots and all that shit. They was for elderly assistants and shit. You gotta watch that type of
Okay.
shit. Watch that.
Hmm.
Yeah. But see,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
we still got a lot of work to do because even with like literature and everything like that, it's all cool and it's good to know stuff like that, but that doesn't necessarily mean that someone is wrong because
Right.
when you
Mm.
when you look at the overall situation, We to prove ourselves right, we would doubt somebody. We would say, no, that's wrong. This and that, da 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 da. So then, what that does is makes that person not not capable of taking care of themselves. You see what I'm saying? Basically saying that this person needs to be governed because they're not. You see what I'm saying? And they're a proper
Yeah.
person, for
Mm,
lack of better words. So it's like we have to
mm.
put them in a system. They have to rely on the government. Nah. So
Right.
they push doubt on people so that they could say
So
he
they
has
can
to be
keep
governed by a
around.
government.
And that's
Mm-hmm.
exactly what we saying, right? When we sign the birth certificates and stuff like that, like we signing ourselves over, we saying we're not capable of taking care of ourselves. That's why they do it
Mhm.
for us. That's why they
Mhm.
got control of all our money and our gold and stuff in these Federal Reserves and these other banks.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Because the
Oh
worst case
yeah,
scenario is you don't want them to push it over to AI and say the AI gonna govern us now.
I watched a 5 minute movie on that, or 19-minute movie on that. The drones was the police dude. Basically volunteered himself to go to jail, but if he had not went, the drone was
What
gonna shoot him.
what movie was
So
that where they had the it was like a movie like people was starting to wake up and get their powers and shit like that and they had like robot police and like them shits will come in from the
mm-hmm,
sky and it was like they'll drop out the plane and shit and I'm talking about they ready for war like man what the fuck movie was
Yeah.
that?
mm-hmm.
That shit crazy.
Yeah,
Cause they talk about
yeah.
what's happening with us cause there's a lot of us waking up and shit with our
Mhm.
Yep.
powers and stuff on that tip. Yeah, that shit
Mhm.
Oh
crazy
man,
for
I've been
real.
seeing
So
some
I
amazing
really
videos.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I was gonna say I really try to like stop people when I have a conversation and then people try to like demonize somebody like, oh you crazy, you know? Okay, then what is normal? To me, normal is actually that's why I agree with the Joker. Normal is actually insanity. What we call normal. You know what I
Righteousness.
mean?
Oh my
Because
goodness,
we
yeah.
we call we call something crazy what we don't understand or what we don't
Right.
want to
Mm-hmm.
understand. You know what I mean?
Right.
Being normal to me, I see it as like being a puppet or being a robot. You know what I'm saying? Just being another number,
Yeah.
Exactly.
another. Yeah, because being normal is being like everybody else. You feel me? Like when you
Yep.
start
Yep.
acting different, then they call you weird. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
All
oh, you
because you
And
ain't
weird.
weird is
following
Man.
it,
good.
and the whole time is because you ain't following an agenda.
Right.
That's right.
You
I've been
dressing
weird my
different from
whole life.
everybody.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Some people told me earlier they was like, oh yeah, you the guy that be dressing like a Jamaican and shit. I was like, man, like what?
I
I guess,
mean,
I
whatever.
guess,
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Yeah, they told
That's
me I
how.
dressed like Pippi Longstockings. I was like, all right,
All
sure.
right,
However she dressed, like
for
people
real.
and they judgments. You can't let them. You just gotta be like, all right. People don't even understand. Some thoughts ain't even meant to be spoken. Like just had a thought and just go on with yourself.
Nah, for real.
Yeah, I remember when I had started wearing like shopping at the little African shops here in the city and stuff. And everybody thought I was like low key crazy, especially when I started wearing my afro. I started wearing my afro back in like 2000 and like 12 or something like that. Yeah, and that was crazy. Like even guys was looking at me like saying crazy stuff because I ain't got no weave in my hair and all that. Like, and I'm just like, well, this how I look. Like, I don't want to look like everybody else.
Nah, for
I don't want
real.
to spend all that money to look like everybody else.
I'm slowly but surely just going back to how we used to look, how we used to dress and carry ourselves. I don't want to.
Hey,
I'm tired of dressing like a human. Even though I'm not a human.
man, man, these clothes is ass. That's what my mom. She was looking at me one day the other day because I had on like basically it's hot as summer. Like I had some shorts and like a little sports bra down there. Like, but I'm like the sun gonna get this skin, and it's only looked at here. Like when I was in Vegas, I was looked at weird for having on clothes like as much clothes as I had on. Like out there, they They embrace the sun. They get in the sun, like, and they ain't judged for, you know what I'm saying, getting that sun.
Real.
Mm-hmm.
I
Hmm
encourage that shit every day. Getting that sun.
Oh yeah.
Man, that sun is needed.
Well, that sun was blinging today. I ain't gonna lie. Out there in Georgia.
Man, I was out for a little bit. I didn't get to enjoy it like I want to. I had to do some adulting, so that was kind of what that was. But I was making jewelry and stuff, and I found some stones. So I'm just making like crystal jewelries now, not just the beads like I was doing. But like here
Mm-hmm.
where I'm at, most people don't even really wear crystals and stuff. Like it's like I'm trying to get people into like, yo, crystals is good for you. I had somebody here tell me that crystals cause boils on their body. I said, who told you that?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, where you get that information
They
from?
said
Dude, I wear
they
crystals every
said
day.
what?
Said
Something
when
wrong with them.
you get boils on your body, the crystals make you get boils. I said, who told you that? You don't get no boils
Mm-hmm.
from wearing crystals.
I
I
mean,
said,
damn.
yeah,
I've
I
been
said if
wearing
you
Yeah.
did.
for a
I
little
give them
minute.
boys.
For
They need
two
to
for the
go.
past 3 years I have now actually. I'm like, sure, if a crystal bringing out boils in your body, you got too much toxin in your body. It's trying to
Mm-hmm.
help you. But I was also talking to a bot, so that's what I realized. I said, this is somebody who just think they don't never really know. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
yeah, you could think all you want, but you gotta, you know what I'm saying, research to know. Like
Nah, for real.
a lot of people
Some
that be
people, a lot of
thinking,
people, they be hearing somebody say something and it sound
mm,
good and they memorize it and then they just start telling people like they know what they talking about.
Yeah.
man, that
Nah, you
boy,
got
that's
Regurgitating
the worst.
information.
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
destruction. As a
My
matter,
cousin, my cousin did that shit the other day. And I had
yeah,
told him something. I was trying to, give him a little game. And he went back and told some people, and I'm like, man, like that's why
and they
you
say it
lost the
right.
dude. Yeah, that's why you lost the dude because you didn't know what you was talking about. It ain't about saying the right shit. He
Oh
repeated like
yeah,
verbatim everything I said, so he said it right, but it
right.
was like he couldn't go into detail. He couldn't explain it because he don't know shit about it. He ain't do no research.
Ah, okay,
So
got
I
it
was like,
right.
nah, don't ever do that shit. Like, hell nah, do your research. Like,
You
Oh
putting
don't
yeah,
ever
yourself
do
in a
that shit.
box.
Don't
yeah. He
ever
put
talk
it.
to nobody about nothing you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
hmm My mom called that putting your foot in your mouth.
Yep.
Righteous.
So yeah, like don't even speak on that. You don't know about it. Don't speak on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's why I tell people all the time. That's why they be like, oh, you think you know it all. No, I don't know it all. I know what I know, though. You ain't going
Right.
to sit up here and tell me what I don't know when I know this.
And it be the fact that we speak with so much confidence, right? That should be
Oh, that's
intimidating the
it.
shit out
Yep.
of people.
Because it be in
Yeah.
that DNA. That's what some of this stuff I ain't learning. Some of this stuff I
A
remembered it
lot of
like
this
that.
shit. A lot of
Yeah,
this
it was
shit.
a remembering it. Like, oh, I did know that. I forgot I knew that.
I'm
That's
Yep.
why
trying to tell you.
told my
I
mom
can't.
today. Like you remember, you forgetting all this stuff. You know, they get our elders and stuff with that. They call it Alzheimer's. It ain't Alzheimer's. You
Mm-hmm.
need to detox. Stop taking in all them toxins. Slow down on smoking weed. Don't
And
drink.
stop
Then you can
That's
remember.
a fact. Yeah.
stop taking all them medicines and shit. Cause when you get a certain age,
Oh
they start doping us up.
man,
Once we get a certain age, 40s and 50s, yeah, they
man.
start making you take all these medicines and then the more
They,
medicines you take, the older you get. Like, and that shit just be fucking us up.
yep.
And all
They
kind of
told
ways.
my Yeah, they got my mom taking hella medicine. They got my dad taking hella medicine. That's why I
That
said,
shit
oh
be
yeah, they trying to work me. That's why, by the time them two decide they leaving this plane, I'ma understand. I'll probably be talking to people in the spiritual plane by then, because they ain't about to break me like that. Like they
right.
definitely tried to label me with that mental illness stuff. Me and my peoples for the longest to keep us like lost and try to put us on medicine and everything. Like
Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
they
do
be
that.
trying
Don't
to.
do that.
Yeah, they be trying to suppress, boy, that energy.
That's all it is. And that go back to like what we was talking about movies and shit. I remember on X-Men, like that's how they was doing with a lot of the mutants and shit. They'll suppress their powers like right off the rip. Like when they find out
Mm-hmm.
they're new, yeah, yeah,
Like
gonna
that
suppress they
immediately
shit.
and thought
I
about black
honestly,
people.
I honestly think it's more to it, but because like with older people, because they say, um, once a man, twice a child. So
Mm.
it's like when they get older, they start to go into it. Because a lot we tend to say that old people losing their mind and stuff. How they ain't just slipping in and out between the reality and spiritual. You see what I'm saying? The spiritual realm. But we just chalk it up and say that they losing their mind. You see what I'm saying? And then they push
You,
medication on them.
okay,
You
right. I know what you're saying. Like
you
with the
saying
Alzheimer's
so?
or whatever. Like
You
instead
saying
of them, like they be going in and out of
Mm-hmm.
stuff that they remember, or even just other dimensions or other
Aha.
spiritual planes. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, because my grandma before she passed away, she did say to my peoples and them that my uncle, who is her son that's deceased, she said he was there, and her brothers and her sisters that's all passed away was there telling her, come on, let's go. You know what I'm saying? It's time for her to move on. Like, and it was so crazy because the same day she said it, I had made a post on Facebook like, y'all need to let my grandma go on here and make her transition. She ready to go. She tired of suffering. Like, let her go. Like, and apparently, I didn't know she said that, but you know what I'm saying. Kind of found out we both said that in the same day. So I definitely would agree with that. Like, you know what I'm saying. They definitely tapped into both dimensions. Like, they
Fact.
ain't just here. Like, they here and there. They getting the best of both worlds, low key, and the doctor suppressing. Cause I know I
Mm-hmm.
watched a lot of movies where the elders, the older people be the ones that be the overseers, the oracles, you know what I'm saying, the psychics
Yep.
and stuff like that. Like I watched one, this guy, he was going to, uh, I guess she was like a psychic or something like that, and she was, it was like at the border of Mexico and like Texas or somewhere like there, and she couldn't see, but she knew everything about him. She knew everything about his life, and she helped him find his daughter that was missing.
Wow.
And she was in that house.
Yeah.
Everybody would go there with her and pray with her and all types of stuff. Like, cause she was like a psychic or something like that. But
you
the
when we
government
look
probably ain't know about her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because my
I,
my aunt, before she passed away, she used to call me and she used to be like,
mm-hmm.
"What you doing?" Da 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 da. And I'd be like, "How you know that?" And then she would just say something. Oh,
Yeah.
I heard it. I heard it through the grapevine type. You know what I mean?
Okay. Right.
when we look at our
Mm-hmm.
when we look at the older people too, like they spend a lot of time sleep, so they spend a lot of time in the astro realms. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? They spend a lot of time sleep. Like their physical body be sleep a lot of times. They
Sleep
definitely more
sitting up and
connected.
everything.
Yeah. I'm talking about in the
And
middle of a
then
conversation, they'll just nod off on your head. They in the spirit realm
And
right
then
now.
and
Yep.
then wake back
Yep.
up. Then wake back up and tell you everything you just said.
For real. I'd
Yeah.
be like, "What?"
Like you heard
If you
that? My
turn off that
grandma.
TV, they gonna wake right up on
Mm,
your head. Hey, turn that
Yep.
back on. I was
Yep.
watching that.
hey, my grandma when she passed away, my cousin said, "Man, I think she just told me if I use this glass, she gonna smack me." I just looked at him like, "Man, you better put that glass back." He was like 13, I think we was. Like, I don't know. And then, but when we was kids, we believed in all that the spiritual world. We believed in all that stuff. We became adults, we steered away from it. Like, but
Mhm.
now, yeah, like when I started getting into like my middle 20s, I started getting back into it. Like I remember one year I wouldn't even watch no scary movies because I was like, man, they cursing us through these movies. Like my mom thought I was
Definitely.
losing
Yeah.
my mind, and I'm like, nah,
Yeah.
they doing real rituals and stuff in these
Right.
movies. I watched one called the Supremists or the Supremacists on Prime, and
Mm.
one of the images at the end of the movie is called Marcus. or Marco or something like that. I promise you, that don't look like no costume. That look like something in its true form. And I'd have seen it in another old movie too, where it was like with the lizards and all that in there. Supposed to be this stuff was supposed to be effects, like, but how y'all was making movies back then with this type of special effects.
Yeah. They know what they be doing. They know what they be doing, and I agree
A lot of these
100%.
movies, they
It's
be
the movie. What it
getting
was for
new
me
shit.
was that movie Sinister.
Yeah,
That
that's the
I was
one.
like, nah,
That's the
it's something
one I knew
attached to
that was
that.
real. Yeah, I
I
knew that
grew
was
up
real.
watching horror movies, and I knew that it was
hmm
something that was something different.
I ain't watched that one until I was fully awakening. Like when I started going through my spiritual awakening all the way, when I knew like what no demons and all that can touch me because I vibrate too
Hmm.
high for that. Like, but before then, like the lifestyle I was living and stuff, man, I just saw a few demons. So I'm like, I didn't even been possessed. So I'm like, nah. Like some of the movies after I was pregnant, I was like, nah, I'm not watching that movie. Cause I don't know, you know what I'm saying, what effect that be having on me.
Hmm.
It's the energy. They transmuting that energy right through the programming screen. That Black Mirror. Real shit. My aunt and she used to sit up and watch them scary movies like all day. And you can see how that shit translate in her life. Like,
That's what I be saying.
Yeah, they know what they be doing.
Them Black Mirrors. Yeah, we was
for
just talking
real.
about Black Mirrors last night. See, the thing about our
Mhm.
phones and our TVs, we can, you can sage that stuff too to protect yourself. That's why they don't really want you to use the sage.
Hmm.
Like
I
a
got
lot of people
Sage and
talking
I
about it
got
don't
that
do
home.
nothing. It don't get rid of demons. It ain't about getting rid of demons. It's about getting rid of negative energy. It's about
Right.
having and having your what your intent is about. Like I
Hmm.
noticed they be trying to
Exactly.
discourage you from doing the stuff that's really gonna help you.
That demon word, that shit mean a lot of things. Like they try to, man, I don't like how they be trying to push that demon shit off on a lot of shit. Like really, like yo demons and shit is really the only demons that'll be able to hunt you. Feel me?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
so if you seeing
I agree
shadows
with
and
that.
shit like that, then you got some personal shit you need to deal with. You got some shit you got to suppress, locked away that you have to deal with, or
Hmm.
it's gonna translate into low vibrational form, into shadow
Yeah.
form, and those are
You
your
know,
demons.
Right.
I agree. I agree
Mhm.
with that 100% because I believe, well, from experience,
Yep.
I feel like a lot of people go
Oh.
through, they go through the same lesson over and over. So like if
Mm.
you see what I'm saying? They'll just meet it in
Yeah,
different
that's
forms.
hell.
So like let's say if your challenge is to learn courage or something like that, you will meet it in all kind of different forms of fashion, but you keep running from it, or let's say fail.
Mhm.
I'm too loud. You need to be asleep, buddy. You can tell me I'm too loud.
So my daughter be trying to tell me stuff. I be like, you ain't supposed to be woke right now.
Yes, you trying to tell me pipe down.
Say he over there. The guy say he into
I
coma on
said,
the same
nah. I said, listen.
vibration.
I said, listen to me. Go to sleep to these words, baby.
Nah, for real. He finna get
Mm-hmm.
ready to go to the Astro Ram.
Yep. Just
Oh
wake up and
yeah.
close your eyes.
You know what? I got my daughter a dream catcher, and she said, "Mommy, I don't want this in my room no more because it's still in my dreams." She thought because she
Definitely.
couldn't yeah, she thought because she couldn't remember her dreams, it was still in her dreams.
It's a
But
dream catch. So dream catch do all kind of things. They
yeah,
do all
I'm
kind of things.
yeah, I talked, but I mean, when she gave it to me, so I took it back, and so I asked her. I said, "Well, have you had any dreams?" She said, "No." I said, "Well, it sounds like you just don't remember your dreams. You probably got too much sugar."
hmm
Yeah. But she do, I guess, every now and again. Kids do remember their dreams,
Yeah.
and yeah, if they know what's going on, they'll tell you about them.
Yep. My oldest daughter, I
I
got a
used to.
video. I was supposed to post it on TikTok. I got a video of her. She's telling me, say, how she chose to come here. She picked the
Okay.
body. The body what she picked to be in was black, but when she said when she got here, she saw that she was brown, and she's like, yeah. So I was asking her, like, I just kept asking her questions, like, so where was you before you was inside your mom? And she's like, she was inside the moon. I was like, what?
Okay.
I was like, yeah, you can't make this kind of shit up. You know what I mean? Like,
Uh-huh.
That's
That's
wild.
wild. Yeah, my daughter did say she remember being in my stomach, but she don't remember being 1 and 2 years
mm,
old. But she said she remember being in my stomach. I said, "What do you remember?" She said, "Floating." I said, "Okay." So
but kids don't
I
know.
guess that yeah, they do. They do.
That's why I always
I
try to
was.
stay with an open mind, because you could really learn from observing anything.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, I was
especially the kids.
listening to.
Hmm.
I want to say a Asian woman, and she was. I can't. I could never say her name. I know Princess something, but she was able to predict the twin towers, the internet, and like what the internet was gonna do today. And she predicted uh some wars, and she predicted some other stuff too. But we don't be knowing about these people. They keep that information from us in the US. Like, but over there they tell you everything. They've been admitting about the aliens for a minute now over there in China and stuff.
They got real live dragons and shit terrorizing Japan
Uh
right now. They going at it.
Man, I've
Yeah,
been trying to see some videos of some
I
Oh, I
dragons.
just,
got some.
I'm gonna
I need
tag
to
you in
I've
post
one
been
right
some.
now,
looking for
because
them.
I just seen one today where you can't see nothing, but you could see like the
Yeah.
fire look like like
Yeah.
the fire was hitting something invisible,
Okay.
and it was going around in circles and
Yeah.
circles.
See,
I
they
seen
attacking right now.
one,
They attacking like these
the wings.
the draconians and like all these
Yeah, 'cause
different
they ain't always, yeah, they all over the world. They ain't right.
Mm. But
and
see, that's why I don't
and
understand, because I don't understand, like, like how they say we coming out of the age of the Draco constellation, right? Which is would have
Mm,
been like bronze, and now they this considered the golden age or the age of information and stuff like that. So it's like,
right.
why are they now showing it, or now all this coming to the forefront if the inevitable is to leave out of that space? You see what I'm saying? Because clearly we in a higher vibration time now. So if it was
It
we
some
before, or could they
a
jump
lot
the Draconians
a,
jump size like that?
a lot of it is
what
out
you
of their
mean?
control. So
Okay,
with
Yeah,
so
that, with
definitely. But
with it being out of their control, then it's like when you notice you can't beat them, you join them. So are they try to manipulate it to go the way that they want it to go? But everything that's
mm,
going on right now today is going to happen regardless of what they want. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's especially like with the shift and all that. Like, if people waking up, this is supposed to happen. It's written. Like,
hmm,
you know what I'm saying? They can't stop it. So
ancestors,
so
yeah,
what they trying to do is at least be able to make it through the shift. So that's what
yeah,
they're just
it,
trying to survive this shift.
they trying to survive this shit. Like they trying to
Yeah, like
survive
that's what
yeah.
for.
they doing.
See,
This is the
that
only
that's
place
that's
where
It's
they got
like
any
chicken
type of
bone
say
in this
so, any type of
motherfucker.
rule. Like
uh, I was gonna
Hmm.
say that picture behind you, right there. You see how that circle is by that 101. So let's say
right.
where circle 18 is. That circle and everything in that space would be considered the Draco constellation, but we moving
Okay.
into where 3 is. You see what I'm saying?
Mm.
So it's like, if we already crossing over, well, we already completely in that circle now. You see what I'm saying? And we fully out of, because what was the crossover was when the Jewish people had their last Passover.
Mm.
They did two Passovers, if you remember. You see what I'm saying? One when we entered that line, and then that second one when we came completely off of the line. So
Right.
I'm thinking like, so it has to be like where they could either cross fields too. You see what I'm saying? Or are we all
Mm.
crossing over with them? Or they crossing over with us? You see what I'm saying? So it's like I
Well,
feel
it's a
then it
simple
make
fact that who everybody not crossing over. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Yeah,
It's gonna
yeah.
hmm
be only higher vibrational beings that's
You're
crossing
gonna
over.
go right. That's
It's getting to
because
the
you
point.
gotta
We
vibrate
gotta
with it.
understand that a metaphysical war has been going on for a long time, and it's
Yep.
facts.
getting to a point now, right? So the
Mhm.
ancestors are very smart, right? They planned this out very strategically. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They reincarnating in us right now. There's a lot of us in
Yep.
here that's waking up that's are actually ancestors and stuff like that. You feel me?
Yep.
Yeah.
So they left certain messages and different guys and goddesses. They left certain, you know what I'm saying, spells to wake us up during this time because they know
Mhm.
it's gonna go down. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
Look in
so
the mirror and say that your ancestors speak through you. Like that's like my daily affirmation. My ancestors speak through me. Like, and
Mhm.
that'll actually help you become more even connected with them too. Like, and you know
definitely,
Mhm.
what I'm saying. And it helped with the DNA unlocking different codes in the DNA too. Like,
Man, y'all busting open the ceiling right now. Y'all confirming a lot of stuff. So that means they actually have to use us as a Klingon. You see what I'm saying? They need us, or the ones of lower vibration. You see what I'm saying?
oh yeah,
The ones who
well,
know how to make it. So
it's
it's
not
like
just
they.
it's the physical form like to exist in this three-dimensional plane. That's
Mhm.
why we created these avatars. We need these physical forms in order to
right,
exist on this plane, right? And we
Mhm.
yeah,
come to this plane because we can exist here and we can learn so much, right? And still exist on any other dimension that we want to.
right.
Right.
So
I see what you're
it's
saying.
like it's like a
Yeah,
win-win. That's why we created this planet Kai. That's why we, you
I
know what I
guess.
mean?
Yeah,
So
some of us. It's some. I think I read something too about it being like Earth being hell too. Like so, to a certain degree, some of us had to come back here too to work out our karma. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And
that's that moon shit that they got going. That's when they force reincarnate you. Like when you go towards the light,
hmm
they tell you
yeah.
go towards the
That's
light.
crazy.
Yeah,
See that look, yeah, see now I'm gonna have to do my little homework on the movies because it was a movie and it was an Asian movie, another Asian movie. And they was talking about reincarnation. And it was man, that movie was deep. I think they was talking about like the 11 gates of hell. I don't know how many gates of hell it is, but I guess she was going through different levels of being judged or whatever. But it's supposed to be more based on what
I got
happens
you,
in the
Edmund. I got
spiritual
you, Edmund.
realm,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the
Edmund.
anything.
I was reading the comments what Edmund was saying. Oh,
Look,
he hitting some points
Hey, my
tonight.
phone,
Or
my
so
this
phone
morning.
out there
so
on
He
the
hitting some
charger.
points.
this planet, right? This goddess that we living on, that we existing on right now, it's alive. You feel me? So it's not like
Hmm
they
Mhm.
polluting us so much. They polluting her. They trying to kill her in every way they can. Feel me? Because when they
Yeah.
hmm
disconnect her, or that when they lower her vibrations, they lower our vibrations because they know we
Right.
connected. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
hmm
they trying to kill this planet.
That's the Klingon part I was telling you about. Exactly. So they need us because they trying to attack. Y'all ever seen this movie called Brands? It's called Brand. I
Brand,
think
Brand,
it's a Brands. Yeah, like name brands.
brand.
So it's
Yeah,
almost
yeah,
like
what
the
no, I haven't seen it.
they it's almost like a movie called They Walk. When dude put on the shades, he could see the
Okay.
aliens and stuff like that. But
Mm.
it's based in Asia somewhere, and he put
Okay.
something happened to him like where everything he look at, he could see entity or like a demon figure entity attached to anything with a brand. Like you look at the building, it's like this
Mm.
big ass alien entity attached to like the Nike tower or something like that. You can see
that's
hmm
hard.
people
That's
walking with
hard.
these
That's
things
hard.
attached on the back of them. You see what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah.
how I look at it. It's like it's a Klingon. So for the lower vibrational ones, it's like they the ones they have to feed off of
Definitely. You
to
Yeah.
know, the
go
Yeah.
like
lower
Yeah.
vibrational
push through
beings
in
get
the
stuck in the
physical.
spiritual
You
plane.
see?
They can't elevate.
hmm
So
Mm,
they'll cling on to you. If you going through some shit and you putting out negative energy, they sense that shit and they cling on to you.
Oh
Definitely.
hmm
yeah.
and they amplify off you. So they feed off you and they'll amplify you and you'll you know what I'm saying, you'll rage out some more. And then they'll get some more energy
Yeah.
from you. And then it go
Yep.
like that. That's why you got a lot of people, you know, they random school shootings and stuff like this, you know, that programming
Yeah.
get to them.
Phew.
Yeah.
Program
Programming
be out
get
the
to
chain.
Like y'all showing off this morning, boy. You on point.
them.
Y'all making my soul smile.
Mm-mm-mm.
That's, man, that energy exchange. Very true.
Yeah.
Impact
Yeah.
on life itself. Nah, for real. They've been draining this planet, shit, man, since they been here.
I
Oil,
know
all that.
somebody was saying, yeah, somebody was saying that when they taking the oil out the earth, they taking
That's
the
the
earth
blood.
blood. Yeah, and I was like,
Mm,
when they said it, I was
that's a
like, why?
fact.
I thought that years ago. Like I said something about that years ago. Like I know that
Yeah.
can be good that they doing that. Like for them to make fluoride, they I had did research on fluoride, and they like go and dig into the part of the earth where the soil is just pretty much acidic, like, and then they
Mm,
pump that out the earth, and then they feed that into the water and make toothpaste and all type of other stuff out of it, like, and it's really tearing the earth up too, though,
Yep.
because I
yeah.
don't think they supposed to be taking that from the earth,
They ain't supposed to be taking
like,
nothing. We ain't supposed
Mm-mm.
to be taking nothing from the earth.
right,
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be an
right,
even
But
energy exchange.
you know, you could
uh-huh.
see.
Yeah, and
They say
that's
you
the
could
thing.
see. I'm
I
sorry. Go
was just,
ahead.
oh yeah, I was just gonna say like and that's the thing like about with the crystals, like with the
Mm,
Right.
crystals, like I believe that the ones that fall out are meant to be taken, but the ones that are in the earth still, those like they going and digging them out, like you were saying, like, and they not supposed to be digging those out either.
mm,
I'm telling. I was
mm,
just sharing what Gaia was telling me. Like she not liking that shit. Like real life. Like
no.
Mm-hmm.
they literally they forcing them out. They cutting them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Man,
yeah, I believe it.
that
But
shit hurting the planet. Like hell
Yeah,
yeah.
because me and my
what I
daughter,
was gonna
we
say.
done found stuff just out, like, in the woods, natural streams and stuff like
Mm,
that. And that's what's meant to be found.
right.
Yeah. Because it pushed to the surface. That's what I was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
If you when you look at nature, you can see nature in everything. You see what I'm saying? They say
Right.
an artistic child or genius could see the universe in a gum wrapper. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But so
Okay.
when you compare your body to Earth, look at what happens. If you get cut, blood rushes to the surface, it crystallizes, and then it scabs. That's the
Right.
same thing with the
Mm-hmm.
Earth, with the oil,
Right.
crystals. You see what I'm saying? And it scabs.
Mm-hmm.
Even so
Oh
much,
yeah.
the normal ones that push out would be considered like your eye cold. That mucus that come out in the corner of your eye, or that
Mm-hmm.
ain't that's like a crystal? Don't it look crystallized? You
Yeah,
Right.
see?
it be yeah. If your pH out there, motherfucker, be a whole green, blue,
Hmm.
yellow.
Yep.
Yeah,
They crystallize.
it
So that always remind me
mm-hmm.
of that saying where they say art. What did it say? Yeah, back in the day, art used to imitate Mahat, which is nature, and now nature
Mm,
imitates art. Or like they say,
mm.
they put the horse in the back of the carriage now, and they trying to manipulate nature, which they actually
Right,
do.
yeah. Right, yeah, definitely is. It definitely is. I watched an episode on Ancient Aliens where it was a mountain that looked like a indigenous some chief head, right? And that's what I know they was trying to, a lot of the stone work that they be doing, they be trying to mimic that type of stuff.
Mm,
Facts. Facts. I just be wanting them to leave shit alone because they're my
right.
ancestors. Shit. Like, just leave
Yeah,
it
yeah,
alone. Leave
leave
it
it.
alone.
Yeah, I
I
think that's so
agree.
disrespectful. How they be digging up graves and opening tombs and stuff like
Hmm.
that. Come
And
on,
taking
man.
what they want.
Oh
But
man, they
see,
Mm.
any
You don't know
black
if you're
person
gonna
that's
release some
dead
kind
right
of
now,
virus.
they is not in the ground. Like they go dig you up. Like they'll dig you up 2 months later,
Mhm.
6 months later, all that. Yeah, but they be taking like whatever they need. They'll put a white body in. Like I'm telling you, like our family members that's
Oh,
passed away and
Well,
donkey.
shit.
hold up, yeah,
Yeah.
cause you know what? I watched a movie where I was trying to tell my mom and them, I'm like, they think I'm crazy because all I be talking about is meditating, like, and like, it's different levels of meditating, different styles of meditating and stuff like that, like.
Mm,
But I watched a movie where these filthy rich people was having homes built inside the mountains, or not really homes but tombs built inside the mountains, where they was going to ascend, and they would go in there to activate their kundalini energy. They would take three women in there, they TV, make it into like a little house, and the city it was happening in is LA, out there in LA, like. And
mm,
and I know they got some of that from, like, you know what I'm saying, just our ancestors and stuff, that like the who is it, one of the, I think some guru or yogi or somebody went in the mountain and they basically meditated until they ascended instead of dying, like.
that
And I
sounds
know a
familiar.
lot of them, yeah, a lot of them. So, and like I was messing with my dog. I said, shit, I wouldn't be surprised if that's where Kobe Bryant at. Like, just to fuck with him because he is kind of still a celebrity. Uh,
Mm,
yeah, like he still be kind of on the celebrities a little bit. Like,
Right.
but that's why I was like, shoot, some of them faking they death, you know what I'm saying, and they going to hide
yeah.
out somewhere
I think yeah, it's a
and
movie.
doing the
It's a
spiritual
movie
work
like
though. That's
that.
the crazy thing about it.
Man, it was a movie that and it's based in California. It's a movie like that with a young dude, and
And he
he used to
chasing that
like this.
girl.
You're right. That's it. That's it. Was
Yeah,
man, I
and
seen like
yeah, it was some type of rich celebrity. Oh, the
right.
old
He
dude,
made
the
he made
old money
all the
was
hit
in it. That's
songs.
how you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, every single song. I
yeah.
said, wow, like it was so subliminal. The movie was like real deep in subliminal
Mm-hmm.
messages, telling you
Mm-hmm.
kind of really how Hollywood operate.
Yep.
Like what the whole, or not even just Hollywood, the elites.
Yeah.
Like they
That's
be
it.
saying, the one person controlling everything.
Yep. That was an accurate movie. A very
Yeah, I think
accurate
so
movie.
too. Yeah, I think so too. Cause that was crazy. Dude was like, you really made all them songs? He was made,
Mm-hmm.
and he was super old. I don't even think dude had on no skin suit.
Yeah. See, one thing is like I get to start questioning stuff because it's like, why now? Why release all this stuff? Is it being released intentionally or is it an overflow?
Mostly everything is always intentionally, like even with the whole spiritual awakening and all that stuff, that's all they already knew everybody was going to start waking up at this time.
And that's why they
So
cranking it up
they
tenfold.
already, yeah, and that's
So,
why like I listen to a few people a little bit sometimes on their lives or YouTube, and sometimes people deliberately is giving out the wrong information. Like I
That's a
mm,
fact.
listen to it, like,
so
whoa, like
okay.
They
that ain't
agent.
right. Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
I be feeling them, like the
That's what I was
crisis
gonna say
actors
too.
taught me well.
I just
Cause
had to tell my pops about some people. They got like a little news channel and everything. Like they come on like they be on all day really, but it's
Hmm.
like three white guys or something. And they rotate out, but they be talking and they be saying the little true stuff, and then everything gets like sugar coated. And so I'm trying to
hmm
Yeah,
bust down to them. I'm like, man, you got to follow their hands. See, they be throwing up their hand signs,
they
they mason
signs.
signs. Yeah, to
yeah.
let you know
Yep.
that they down.
So
Let
it's
the
really
elites know
Mason
they
News,
down.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, all
Yeah,
this here, it's like,
yeah. We other Masons on Wikipedia.
yeah.
Mm,
Yeah, yeah, I ain't know
What's the name,
that, but
man?
that's
I'm
crazy.
trying to show him
yeah,
because he think like, oh yeah, they live, man. They be telling the truth, and they be, man. I'm like, man, they talking a bunch of
Misleading.
bullshit. You can
Yeah.
tell the dude very intelligent. You can tell he know a lot, but he
right,
beating around
yeah.
all the real information. Like they beating, and
Hmm.
then they selling this. They kept showing this product. Like they every time they'll say something, they'll talk for like
Okay.
5, 10 minutes, and then they'll show this product
They
and
probably, so
show
they
this
really
product.
trying to sell that stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
ain't
Yeah,
no telling what
yeah.
it is for real, what it do to a person.
it's called like DNA activator. They talking about this is the best shit to
Oh, see,
Oh nah,
they
yeah,
they
up here
trying to fuck
messing with
somebody
people.
else.
Yeah, cause
yeah,
they got people taking what is it, that melatonin, man? You ain't supposed to take no melatonin.
yeah, yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to take that. People is taking that.
White
Like,
people
I
look, the
know.
rich ones, they be taking our melon and they be getting that shit like shot into their skin, shot into their face
Yeah,
and
they
all
go.
that. Like,
Yeah, they go get their
Yeah,
blood clean and everything. Like, they go to the
that's
most
wild.
safest ways to do it, but then they feed everybody else the quickest way to make money off of them
mhm.
and to kill them.
Who was that? Angelina Jolie or one of them? It was one of them actors. They had did like a interview with Ellen DeGeneres, and she was like
Mm.
they was talking on she was like how do you stay so beautiful and woo woo? How do you be looking so young? And she
Oh,
was
don't say
I
she put
seen
them
that.
kids in her
Yeah,
face.
yeah,
The
she was
stem
like,
cells.
but it's black kids, you know what I'm saying? She said,
Yeah.
yeah, so we go to a place and she used a code word. She was like, it's far, far ways to make everybody feel comfortable that it ain't right in America. They ain't snatching up Americans and shit. But you know what I'm saying? She said, we go to
Mm-hmm.
a place that's far, far away and then they get some stuff from the kids. She didn't say what it was. Ellen was like, what they get
Mm-hmm.
from them. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you
Then
know,
she
they
told him, she
Ellen
was
know.
like,
Ellen
they
know.
put that in they put it in that
She
movie
licensed
too.
to
That
tell
show,
us.
American Horror. If you remember the
American
Mm-hmm.
first
Horror.
season when the lady was painting
Mm-hmm.
the thing on her face, and she talking about to keep her skin tight and making
Oh,
keep her
okay.
looking
Oh
young.
yeah. So right, so right. Oh, you remember
Wow.
Catwoman? Old girl was putting that Lean on her face, and that
Right.
shit made her skin strong and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
It's
wild.
yeah.
See, I watched one Ellen, like if you look up Ellen cutting her mom's hair, you will see a picture in the background on the wall. The picture on the background is basically a kid then drew another kid being killed. Like,
Okay.
and yeah, and it's like, and they act like people act like they don't even see it. Like, and it's on her show. Like, she's showing this on her show. Like, so they put
mhm.
the stuff in our face. Nobody
Oh yeah.
say nothing, and guess what? They agreeing to it.
Santa
Just like
Claus.
all them motherfucking rich ass people done found them sex trafficking kids and all that shit
Oh
and
my
Ellen them all
God.
Oprah all them they was on the run for the longest and shit. Now everybody I
Yeah.
mean nobody was talking about it, so now I
Now
guess everything
that's why.
cool. They
Now,
done
now
came
check
back
this out. Check this out.
They
I
need to be
hope you don't
held
shut this
accountable.
off after I say this. And that's why COVID happened. It's a
type
whole
shit.
it's a whole lawsuit. It's a whole lawsuit about against them, like the whole Democrat Party. A lot of them, some of them on the Republican Party, China, them working with China, selling our information and giving China our information, them sex trafficking kids from China over here, them exposing us to dangerous AI, dangerous radiation. Like it was going in on the lawsuit, and this lawsuit when they start going through it, like that's the same year when COVID happened. Like uh
Hmm.
it be crazy because I don't
I
be
know what you're
seeing
talking about.
stuff clearly
That
as it
sound.
happens.
You
Yeah,
know
like
what? You right.
it
You
just
right. That's what they killed Johnny Cochran for. 'Cause remember
yeah,
he was
that's when they
supposed to get with
killed
some dude.
Kobe.
Yeah. No, but
They killed a
Johnny
Yeah.
lot of
Cochran
people.
had this lawsuit where he was going to sue.
Oh,
He basically was going to bring America down, and he was going to go meet with
okay. Yeah.
the black It was somebody that was in the UK that he was supposed to go meet, but the guy was black too. You see what I'm saying? This is gonna be like the
Okay.
world's biggest class action lawsuit. You see what I
Yeah.
mean? It, and
Yeah.
they
This
said
was.
before he could get there, his heart bust. Nobody heart
Mm.
spontaneously bust.
But yeah, that's
Like,
right.
come on.
Cause this was they lawsuit was by the World Health Organization. Like
Hmm.
uh I'm gonna see if I can just maybe do a short video on some of it. Like, cause I do got it on my phone or whatever, or maybe I can send the link to y'all or something like that. Like, but it get deep. Like, it get deep on what they talking about and what they doing. Like, everybody want to blame Trump or the Republican Party, like, but the Democrat Party is the ones that's doing the most satanic stuff ever.
They just
Mm-hmm.
divided by conservatives and liberals. You know what I'm saying? They believe two different things, and they switch it out every couple of years on who running the country. But I mean,
Mhm.
really, people
Yeah.
need to be looking at the senators too, because they write all the laws. They come up with everything. And they
Mhm.
the ones who passing them and pushing them. The president
Yeah,
really like a puppet. He just a spokesman for the
Yeah.
for the,
I've
com- for
I've
the
been
company.
trying. Yeah,
He
I've been
just he
trying
the
to get
president of the
people
company.
to stop voting, like because they be talking about like the people in my city be like, well, our ancestors voted. This what they fought for in the '60s or whenever. And I'm like this, and I'm like, y'all, look, check this out. That was then. We don't need that now. Like that was something they couldn't
At
do,
the
and that's
at the
why it was
same time,
important for them to do that then. But now we see that it's not helping us, so we need a
it
different
it
outcome
didn't help
now.
us back then. That was part of
Right?
that
Yeah, that's
Martin
why I
Luther
said.
King indoctrination shit.
Oh
Like
man,
he
that
helped us, yeah. He
if
helped
I
fuck us
tell
over
you,
by trying to
you
fight for human rights when we not humans. Like it was it,
no, and
man.
do
Yeah.
you know that civil rights movement was mainly for the what I want to call it, the transformer movement. That's what I'm gonna call it, because I don't want to
Okay.
say no too
Yeah.
many words. Y'all know what I mean. That's what that
hmm
movement really was about, and a lot of these celebrities is actually, in fact, that like you said, him was really a her. A lot of them is really the opposites of what we thinking. Like,
Uh, they show you that in cartoons.
yeah, yeah,
They show you
yeah,
that in
like,
cartoons.
and I
Malcolm X, he
know,
was going to Egypt. He was astro projecting. Malcolm X, he was really like down and through there. Like that's how he discovered what the Black Panthers was doing and shit like that. He was gonna get
mhm,
ready and speak up about that. Yeah, they had to get rid of.
yeah,
They had to get rid of God.
yeah,
He was on a
yeah, they
whole nother
definitely,
wavelength.
yeah, they
He was on a
be.
whole nother wavelength.
I think that's what be messing us up too, though. Like because we be wanting to have too much of these organizations and stuff like that. That these, you know what I'm saying, Europeans
Mhm.
and all them got like the Bole. The Bole is horrible, and what it's doing to the melanated people out in Hollywood is trifling. All them
Yeah.
the ones they got all our people doing these satanic rituals and indulging with the most, you know what I'm saying, the worst stuff ever. And
Fact.
the bole was basically something that's supposed to be like the what is it, skull and bones, I guess. Like, and they supposed to
Mhm.
be the ones that's for the melanated people, but they are not. Like they are not. They the worst.
When you join them occults, them like them Illuminati family occults and stuff like that, you got to be racist
Mm-hmm.
against your own race. So
People.
like
Oh
that's why
yeah.
when you watch the Pope and stuff like that, right? So that's why he be kissing the black people feet and shit like that. He get on his knees and kiss your feet. But then when the white
Mm-hmm.
people come up and they hand him they babies and shit like that, he be pushing them away. Like he'll muff your baby if that whole white. Like get the hell out of my face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
he pushing their hand down. Like yeah, no, I'm not finna shake your hand. I'm not finna. Yeah, grabbing the black
And that
people. Yeah,
Yeah, and
you
they
gotta
was
be racist
coming
against
Yeah.
out
your own
too.
people.
They was getting exposed too about what they was doing. See, and that's another reason why COVID happened. Like COVID happened to protect a lot of them motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, they names
And
was
and
the
I
first
believe
names on
what
the
even
list
make
on the indictment paper.
what even make that shit real is the fact that everybody believe in that shit in the health condition that the world is in anyway. It's like that they tell us that our health is hereditary. That's a goddamn lie. Ain't none of this shit hereditary. If everybody eating and living the same way, we all gonna have the same health conditions. This is a known fact. Like
Mm-hmm.
you can do this with plants. You know what I'm saying? You can plant them all side by side and pour gas on one, and if one little bit of that gas get on the next one and get on the next one and get on the next one, they all gonna be sick.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they not saying that. Like,
Oh,
They do
they
that.
know exactly what they
That's
doing.
yep. They do that to take us out of our proper person, just so they can say we need to be governed. So you know what I mean.
Lower our functions. We only using 10% of our body, 10% of our brain.
Yeah.
Keep us in a zombie state, eating this
Like I was about to
motherfucking
say,
GMO.
they got a
mm-hmm.
some routine. You can't use nothing but 10% because shoot, you running a program 9 to 5. Wake up, do the same thing every day. You know.
Man, that's the whole controversy with the 12-hour and the 24-hour clock right now. My video got like 90 views on it or something like that, and 100 and some, probably it was probably like 200 comments. I've been deleting people comments because I'm just not gonna really respond to the negative stuff. Like, but
Mhm.
people like is, you know what I'm saying, is really arguing that the fact that, when you're on that 12-hour clock, you seeing the same time twice a day. Like, and you really don't
Mm,
realize that, and that does something to your brain. Like, so
Definitely.
since I've been doing the 24-hour clock, like, things been a little different. Like, I've actually got way more energy and stuff like that. Like, and that's why I was trying to explain to people, like, the time is it's the same amount of hours in a day, but it's a difference because the numbers change throughout the whole day versus repeating itself.
yeah.
Mhm. It keeps
And
you
that
on a
And
and
set,
that's how
program
we stay in
schedule.
these loops. Yeah, that's how we stay in these
Mhm.
loops. Like,
yeah.
cause today I didn't lay down till 7 o'clock. And like right now, I don't know what time it is, but I ain't tired. Like, and that's just how it's been since I've been on the 24-hour clock. Like,
Right.
I just been computing is a little more time in the day. Like, my
Mm,
brain was shutting down at 12 a.m. Like, instead of at 7 a.m. when I'm getting off work.
mm. I see what you're saying. But
That's
since,
real.
but I was looking up, I was researching one time, right? Um,
Mhm.
and I was like, you know what? They really actually stealing time from people because, like I said, I firmly believe whatever you perceive exists for you. So the
Mm.
the the time frame
Yeah,
from
yeah,
back
your
in the day,
reality.
how people live to be 200 years old and stuff like that, they had a different
Mm.
time. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah.
look at that circle. Look at that circle behind you, 369. The oval circle, like the 88 circle, that's the actual
Mhm.
orbit. You know what I mean? Because we don't orbit in a perfect spell. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
some
Right.
parts of the day we might actually have like 20, 23 point something hours. You see what I'm saying? In a full completed,
Mhm.
and then on a certain time of the year we may have only like 22. You see what I'm saying? So
Right.
now,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
now
Cause
you got,
the winter
yeah.
time.
Yeah, if you
Yeah.
But
talking
see,
about going around the sun, you know what I mean?
the
Mhm.
times and the days and stuff like that are just depending on like whoever is running the show at the time. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's
that's
an
what I've been
agenda.
researching a lot. Like, oh, the times, the
Mhm.
years, the days, the length of them. You know what I'm saying? They adjust depending on whoever is in charge
In
of
charge. Yeah.
society at
Yeah,
that time.
you're
You know what I'm saying?
absolutely right.
So
Mhm.
Because I
They
did this
control the
social
clock.
experiment when I was in Job Corps. I used to go around asking people, "Hey, do you think time is relevant? Like clock time, like a wristwatch
Right.
time?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, yeah, you need to have time." So I said, "But according to who?" He's like, "Oh, well, you need to have time." Then I'd be like, "All right, if you was the CEO of a multi-million-dollar business, would you wear a watch and have to be on time?" And he's like, "Oh no, see, so time is set for an agenda." You see what I'm saying? Because it's like
budget.
it
Mhm.
wouldn't be relevant.
That's it.
Time ain't the only time that's relevant to bush people is the sun time and nighttime. You know what I mean? So the
Mhm.
analog clock that's on the wall is really irrelevant when you're talking to nature. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You don't see
Oh yeah.
rabbits and birds saying like I gotta be here at a certain time. Hell no, it's daytime. They out.
Not.
You know. So that I look. Hello.
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay.
Lower them
And I'm in the
vibes. They lowered
hallway.
them vibrations. They did.
Say again.
Say they lowered them vibes.
There we
Yeah,
go. There we go.
yeah. I could
Lowered
hear
them
you now.
vibrations.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Look, I forgot what I was about to say too. That
Yeah, so that's really
I
like a
know it was
trap. I
about.
look at
Yeah, I
that as
know
a
it was about
prison.
to. It was about to be about time. Time being
Mm-hmm.
an illusion. Yeah. Because I didn't
Hmm.
get like I didn't get to where I work at. It like in a regular time if I'm not rushing or whatever. It take me 15 minutes to get here. But if I'm rushing, I can get over here in like 5 minutes or 6 minutes was the shortest time. Like, it's so I don't know how I be cutting all that time, like you know what I'm saying, saving that time. But it's like when I'm in a rush, I can get here short, like you know what I'm saying. But regularly, it's supposed to take 15 minutes, like so. I know
Y'all
time
ever
is
notice?
definitely illusion, like
Y'all ever notice like when y'all go somewhere, say you like go on a road trip or you go somewhere far and like it take a long time to get there, but on the way back it's always quicker.
it's always.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yep, yep. That's how it was when I go to Detroit. Every time it seemed like 4 hours going there, but I swear it only be like 3 hours going back.
Promise. I promise I always sort of. I remember like
Yeah,
when I used to play for my football team and shit, we used to travel, go to different states and shit. And it take a long time to
mhm.
get there. And then I'd be like, okay. You know what I'm saying? After we get ready and leave, it be dark, we be tired. I'd be like, yeah, I'm finna get the rest on the bus. And next thing you know, it's like as soon as I close my eyes, we at the house. I'm like,
You
what the
getting out,
fuck? Like,
and
yeah,
that's
that shit.
mainly too because we don't know where we're going. When you don't know where you're going, it take a long time to get there. When you know where you're going, you get there quick because you know where you're
Mm.
going. And I had noticed that traveling, like the more I had traveled from Ohio to North Carolina, like I started seeing signs on the highway, and sure I was making an 8 hour drive turn into six, like because it was everything was familiar, and so I was just just going.
I was just about
But
to say something like that. Like y'all ever be coming from work and like this ever happened to y'all going home or something like that from work, like something that you normally do as a routine, right? But you do not remember the drive home.
mm,
Like you'll be deep in thought or whatever, you know what I mean? And it's like
Yeah,
everything
mm-hmm,
else is muscle memory. And it's like, you know what I mean? That show you right
yeah,
there that
definitely.
time don't exist.
yeah, right, yeah,
That's
I
facts.
agree.
That's facts. It,
I've been listening
yeah.
to classical music like when I get off of work. And actually, it's just on in my car. So now, when I'm not playing my phone, it's on classical music. And I remember when I had first started doing that, I was delivering pizzas. And I don't know why, it always seemed like wherever I was going, I always got there sooner. I don't know if it's because the music, they songs was longer on classical music or something. But
Different
it was like,
frequency.
it would put me in a little trance low key too, like to
Hmm.
where I like when I had no, I was like, Dad, when I used to listen to classical music, I used to make a lot of money delivering pizza. Like and like you said, it's definitely a different frequency. Like, cause just here in the building I work in, it's the classical music section. Like, and so like everybody in this building, like they come in this building, be on a different little wave like that from everybody else in the
Mm,
rest of the college. Like,
yeah. But
and it's a lot of
that's the
Asians.
same
It's a lot of Asians.
that's the same reason why I don't like apartments. When I came from the Bahamas, I was like
Mm,
the one thing I couldn't stand was apartments because you got this thin wall, you can hear the people yelling next door, and you picking up. So
yep.
let's say like people like us, right, who got a high
Ooh.
frequency, your aura might be the size of a
Mm,
room. Your aura is actually the
mm-hmm.
size of the room you in because of how high you vibrate. So how you feel if
Right.
a negative energy, the exact same equal to that same you see what I'm saying? But just on a negative scale.
Mm-hmm.
So that's still bombarding and conflict. So I look at like city areas, like Florida.
What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Damn, bro. Fuck, man. Why y'all be fucking with me, TikTok? Leave me the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone.
Damn. They
Yeah,
really
that was
they really just went through all that. Like I couldn't even go live.
man.
Like they had took that whole option off my shit for a second. It wasn't even on there.
Oh
That shit
wow, yeah,
crazy.
it was just buffering on our end. We were still on here. It was just
Damn, that shit
buffering.
crazy. Cause I had exited out
Yeah.
all the way.
I went to somebody else lab, watched they lab for a minute. I'm like, why? Why is this one not working though?
Man, they took us down. They took us down.
Yeah, they on that mess. I
Yeah, they
see.
watching me. That's cool though. Like that's cool.
I
That's
told
great.
you, that Zoom it is.
Nah, for real.
Mm, yeah, yeah, definitely. Like they don't
But
even know though.
they
They
got
ain't
bigger,
nothing they
they
can
got
do.
bigger fish to fry. Yeah, they why they worrying about us? They need to go worry about all that water in the desert right now.
Right. Oh my gosh. But when I heard about how the stories about the desert and all the wars and all that, I said, oh, that makes more sense than what they were saying. That
Hmm.
they're gonna ancient aliens, they be telling everything on there.
Nah, for real. They do be giving some jewels out on the HA. It's just
Yeah,
motherfuckers.
yeah.
Motherfuckers don't be. They ain't tapped in that deep, so they think all this shit be
Mhm.
fake and shit. So,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. The boy, I've been watching them probably for about I think however long the show been on. That's how long I've been watching them. Like I realized they changed they little cover and everything. But I noticed they don't get to talk about a lot of stuff like that no more either.
right, shit. They gonna have it. They gonna have it. You know what I'm saying? Dress coded up. They gonna have it. You know, where they control most of it. But they gonna put
I
out
like
a good portion of the information because they know a lot of us, shit, black people, we ain't watching X Alien, we ain't
right.
watching Discovery
I
Channel and shit.
yeah, I was just about to say
Right.
watch the History Channel about 3 in the morning and watch what you find out. You gonna find out some stuff. That's how I found out Christianity was a cult. Like the guy that started it, he started it from a cult. I was like, oh shoot. And the History Channel was telling us about this, like, and it told us about the first dude that translated the tablets. I mean, not the tablets, but the hieroglyphics in Egypt. And soon as soon as he went to them and translated it and stuff, they killed him because he must have.
Mm.
It was the truth, yeah. They definitely that X they own out in a minute too. They
Oh
don't
yeah, real
care.
quick. Hey, yeah, you go against that agenda, it's a wrap. Come on, don't take it down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Man, them oaths deep. Look, I ain't taking no oath. They can
Hmm.
keep them.
I know all about the oaths. That's why I be talking about all that shit. I know about all
Mm-hmm.
that. I swear, I
Mm-hmm.
took an oath to the government when I went to go fight in the army, man. Like, come
Mm-hmm.
on.
Mm-mm.
I'm
And that's
still
one
breaking. I'm
reason why
still
they
breaking
fucking with you.
spells. I'm
Yeah,
I
still
ain't
that's
breaking
signing.
ties and
I ain't
shit. You ain't
signing.
never.
I ain't signing nothing that say I gotta lock my mom off. I don't care what she did. Mm.
I just wasn't into the being told what to do, man. My mama knew she can't tell me what to do. I'm not about to listen to you. You are you. And my mama will tell you in a minute, I can't tell you nothing. No, you can't. God damn it. Not after you done
Oh,
told me too much of the wrong shit. God damn it. It's one thing when you telling me the right shit. Yeah, I'ma listen. Yeah, I can listen to that. I can do what you say. But after you tell somebody the wrong stuff repeatedly, they not about to keep listening to you. But I don't know. It's a lot of
shit.
sleepwalkers out here. They doing that with the government.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't
And they
even.
do
I
it with
wouldn't.
their family members. A lot of people blindly do tradition and stuff. They know, or not even blindly, they know what it is and still follow it because of their family members and stuff. Like, I refuse to be unhappy because of my family wishes or they tradition. Like,
That's a
Right.
fact.
the tradition should have been you leaving me some wealth. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, leaving me some knowledge that I ain't sitting up here scraping around on YouTube and all this for. Like,
Hmm.
you know.
That's
Real
something me
quick.
and one of my cousins.
Edmund. Uh, this behind me. This is Shiva and Shikata. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Shakti.
yeah.
Shakti. Shakti.
So
I got a Shakti mat.
it deal with the Kundalini energy. You know what I'm saying? The masculine and feminine side.
Hmm.
Real good right here.
Yeah, I had got into the Hindu culture last year. and I started dealing with they like affirmations and stuff like that, and doing they little yoga poses and the Kama Sutras and stuff. Uh, to because they really teach you a lot in there about the Kundalini energy. Like they really give you a lot of the wrong information over here, like intentionally. But them, they
Exactly.
it's their culture. They it's like it's not in their culture to teach their wrong stuff because it's their culture. Like
Well, it's our culture. It's stolen culture, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
yeah,
It's
but you know what
definitely
I yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they us too. Unfortunately, they're a different one, but they it too. From the holy tablets. I can't. I gotta go back and read. I don't like quoting stuff I ain't quite understand. Like, but he was talking about them. He was talking about the Hindus and stuff, and was saying like a lot of the deities and stuff like that is demons, and a lot of
like
them
us.
is cursed. Is cursed. The color skin, the black or the skin tone they is bad curse. They got their skin color bad curse. Ours is original, is what they were saying. The original man, it ain't a curse, but theirs is. But I know they deal with a lot. They actually teach a lot about sexuality too, like how that actually play a big part in people's mental health. And that's why a lot of people kind of crazy today because they don't really know their sexuality.
Facts.
Hmm.
Why a lot of these relationships crazy.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
The
oh
man is
yeah,
the woman and the
definitely.
woman is the man.
Mhm. Definitely, people don't
People
know.
don't know what
A
they
lot of
want to be.
people, yeah, hide and who they is too. They in denial of who they is. Like I just said that
Hmm.
in relationships, a lot of them fail because people stop appreciating one another. Like your mate ain't obligated to do nothing for you, and that's on both sides. Like anything your
Yeah.
mate do for you, that was literally, you know what I'm saying, something that they was just willing to do because they love you, type stuff. Like you know, the people think they mate is obligated to them. No.
Hmm. You know what I noticed about relationships too? Like when you look at attraction, right? When you
Mhm.
see somebody like if you see somebody that love themselves and they respect themselves and they you know what I'm saying, you can see the glow on that person. And I feel like a lot of the times that's what will attract somebody to
Mhm.
you. Either it could
Oh
be
yeah.
somebody that lack that or it could be somebody that's on that same path. But where the
Mhm.
disconnect comes in is when one who loves themselves stop loving themselves to love this person. You see what I'm saying?
Yep. Oh
And
yeah.
then that person actually turns that they back on that person because it's like you don't have that self love no more. So it's like you pouring everything into that person, but that person is just selfish. Or
It's
you know what I
taken.
mean?
It's taken.
Is
Taken.
is that person gonna seem selfish because they may continue to love themselves? You see what I'm saying? So
Hmm.
from a viewpoint, it looks one sided. You
Right.
know?
Yeah. Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a lot of friendships like that too. It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's more friendships like that than people realize. Like that's why I don't have a lot of friends right now because like my friends think because I have more, I'm supposed to give. Like, yo, no, like just
Mm,
you ain't gotta give me material things. Like sometimes you could just give me something, you know what I'm saying, that somebody else ain't giving me, like just a hug or listening to me, anything like
right.
that. Like, but like my
The
peoples,
effort.
they be like, oh, she got all the money, she don't need nothing. Like, yo, you don't know that.
Yeah.
Like and
Yeah.
a lot of people also think that because you have something, then you have the best or something like that. Like people often think because I
Right.
had both my parents, I had this best life. Like, and it's like, yo, y'all don't know what I went through with my parents.
Hmm. Yeah.
Everybody gonna go through their own shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
But
they
like,
just be looking at the
I
surface though. Like people look at the surface and judge you based on that surface.
yeah.
They
But
mm-hmm.
you
judge you
you
based on
actually
your rising sign.
yeah. She hit the nail on the head with that one. Cause you absolutely right. Cause it's like you could even if you have money and stuff like that, you could give and then people will figure like, well, he don't need no money because he giving, giving, giving. But when it don't even
Mm-hmm.
necessarily be about that, it's just I might be looking for this right here in return. somebody to talk.
Right.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Somebody to connect.
Yeah.
Show me that effort in another way. You don't have to show me that
Hmm.
effort in giving me
Yeah.
back money or
Right.
you know what I
Material
mean?
stuff.
Yup.
I had my friend,
Peace and
she
chaos.
portrayed, I
Peace
still
and
call this
chaos.
girl, I still call her my
Peace,
friend too.
peace.
That's what's so crazy. But she definitely like ran good games. She would portray that she cared one day and then the next day it'd be like, dang, she don't care at all. Like, and you gotta watch out for them ones because them to be the ones that
Yeah.
really, really mess with your mental. Like that's that
They know how to
kind of
play
like
it.
that
They know how to
narcissist.
play it. When they feel you
Hmm.
slipping away, then they come back, spend all that time, and get you back on board. And yeah, I know
Oh
exactly what
yeah.
you're saying.
Yeah, yeah. Like I be calling that trying to rock you to sleep. Like,
Hmm. That's
ain't
users,
rocking.
man.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. And I attract a lot of those simply because I look like I have a lot of money. Like people
It's
don't know
because
I
how
don't have a
you,
lot of money. I just spend my money wisely and I go to work every day. Like you know?
Nah, for real. It can be your aura too, like the energy that's emanating from you, your vibrations, like that you know what I'm saying, make people feel
That's
like
right.
that too.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
yeah. My great uncle, I should say, he definitely said that to me one day. Like he was like, "You ain't poor, you rich. I don't care what nobody tell you, you ain't poor." Like, I never forget that. Like,
If you
man, he was
poor,
like,
it's forever. You know what I'm saying? So if you say
mm-hmm.
anything, say you broke. You know what I'm saying? Because that's temporary. You can fix that. You can always fix that. But poor is
Right,
like a
yeah,
mentality. Poor is a mentality. That's why the the
yeah. I
the,
was
the
like in
that
my, I was
community
like
stay so
21.
poor.
Mm-hmm. Right,
That's the
yeah. They say the
mentality of them.
community poor. Yeah, yeah,
That's the
yeah. That's
mentality of
what.
them.
I need to call
Yeah.
my uncle too. He like 80 some years old, and I know he got some jewels. I know he done seen and he knows some
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
I need to
He's seen a
call and
few
talk to
different
him.
times.
Oh yeah, my
Yeah.
mom said he actually like history too. He real into history and stuff too. So I need to call and just like talk to him. I wonder maybe if he'll let me record the conversation with him because I know like he got some stuff to say.
I
Cause
was gonna say, yeah,
he didn't
just ask
join.
him for an
Yeah, he
interview.
didn't join a couple secret societies. They done ripped him off. Like he'd tell you the truth about some stuff for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I'll
but
definitely see. If I was you, I'd see if I could interview him.
yeah, I'm gonna definitely try to do that. I'm gonna try to do that this weekend. I don't have a lot planned for this weekend, so I'm gonna try to make that be one of my things to do because like he kind of like a 5% or two or something like that in that nature. Like I don't think he had ever joined the Black Panthers. I think my grandmother did. I think he
Break.
just joined some other different things that was going on back then.
You could break that 5% of the thing down for me because I always used to hear it, but I ain't never really read up on it or
Oh,
read
okay,
into
yeah.
it exactly.
The 5%ers are kind of like the conscious community.
Mm.
That's what the 5%ers are. Like I think they
See,
like somebody was talking about like poor righteous teachers, so they actually teach, but they don't
they
really
give
care
the
about
knowledge back.
money. Yeah,
Yeah,
they get it out.
they,
Yeah,
they
and they don't
give
really
they
worry
give
about
back.
money like that. Yeah,
You got the 5%, the
yeah,
10%, and then the other
yeah.
85%, which is the zombies,
Right.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So
which
that's
is the
like
masses.
unconscious. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then
right.
the ten
Yeah, it's
percent are
the
the elites. The 10% are the ones that's
right
running
the
society and
elite.
shit like that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, yeah. It's like it's you getting a shortcut right now talking to some people that been digging and digging and digging. Cause
Yeah.
boy,
Because I
yeah,
always used
this
to have, and I don't know, for some reason my mind always used to go to like Indians when I heard
mm,
5%.
okay,
So I
yeah,
thought,
cause they the $5 Indians.
$5 Indians.
yeah, I used to
That's
always think
right.
it was
Yeah, he
associated with that.
associated. Yeah, that's okay. Sure,
Nah,
you
for real.
you know something going on though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. $5
Mhm.
Indians, that's the ones living on them reservations.
Right now, them the ones they calling the Indians right now, the
Hmm.
natives as they say. See, my
We've been
mom. My mom thought I was nuts because I never forget when we first started talking about ancient Kemet back in 2013, 2014, round up that time, and I was telling her how I believe how we got over here to America, like, but I didn't know that story only pertained to the Mongolians and basically like the Tartarians. But I had already had knew this story before I even researched about it just this year. Like, and I know some like some people came from south up north to North America, like, but then you had the other people that came from north coming down, coming south. Like, and them was the ones that basically robbed the land and all that. That's who them people was.
Hmm.
I've
Yeah.
been
So that.
I've been learning that from researching the Tartarian dynasty or the Tartarian timeline or something like that. I forget what I think. I just typed in the Tartarians or something like that, and they was like kind of multi-race dynasty or whatever. So they had melanated people in there too. Like, but for
Hmm.
the most part, it was a lot of Asians uh in there, and then I want to say like they got with the Europeans and whoever else was not
See,
with the indigenous people with the land, and they all got together and they decided
Hmm.
that they was gonna take the land from us. That's
see,
how that happened. It was a whole bunch of them. It wasn't never just no one thing. It was a world thing.
Yeah.
definitely,
Okay.
definitely, definitely. The humans, the plea aliens, and the reptiles, they already had a
Mm,
agreement when they came here through the portal. You know what I'm saying? On planet Egypt, they already had an agreement. But like, so Asians and the Spaniards and all them, those are just different forms
yeah,
of the Europeans. Those are
yeah,
different
them,
versions of
Yeah.
the Europeans. They got the same DNA
mm,
type
yeah,
shit.
they
So
been mixing.
yeah, yeah, they got the same. They definitely got the same DNA. The story of Yakub kind of tell that a little bit. When he
Mm-hmm.
was doing genetic splicing and shit on the ships, on the boats, and how he went from land to land, and it show you how he left different races of people, like different skin tones and shit like that, because he was trying to get the lightest skin tone. So he'll
Right, to
kill
make the white.
all the darker skin tone babies when they come out. You know what I'm saying? Then he'll breed the light skinned baby with the other light
With
skinned
the
baby, and
lighter
then get
one.
some more. Yeah, hell yeah, and then keep going from there.
Mm,
Woo, woo, woo. But then you
okay.
had certain people that were jumping off the ship with their kids and shit like that, and they end up in different lands and shit. So
Hmm.
Right.
They
yeah,
migrated as they. Yeah.
yeah, hell
Mm,
yeah. The story of Yakub, man, that was so crazy. But it's a good
yeah,
story though. A
definitely.
big head
Yeah.
Yeah.
scientist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's.
I learned about that when I was 22. I was like, what? That's when I really was what they would call the conspiracy theory at the time. Like, theorists. That's when I was like learning about the Grove and all that crazy stuff, and I
Mhm.
I had came across that information, and then my favorite one that's unspeaking that a lot of people ain't talking about right now, that everybody should really be talking about is Hidden Colors.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I seen that.
Hmm.
They got like
A
two
lot of
parts to it,
people,
right?
man, they got like 6 parts. They the
Oh, they
ones
up
that
to
was
six
telling.
now.
Yeah, they was the ones saying who we were. They was the first ones telling us that we were the indigenous people of this land. We belong to America. Like,
Hmm.
that was, yeah. I actually need, because you know what? That's information. A lot of people might even be sharing that stuff, and I don't realize, like on the
Mhm.
TikTok videos and stuff. Yeah,
A lot
because
of that shit just get taken
they
down and shit.
yeah, because
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and pull them up, and hopefully they don't be talking about no copyrights or nothing like that with them. Because I noticed when they
Hmm.
came out with Hidden Colors, they came out with NASA came out with that bull crap movie, Hidden Figures. So then now you got Hidden Figures
Yeah.
and Hidden Colors, so people can't associate with the Hidden Colors. Everybody think about this Hidden Figures,
Hidden
and
Figures. They
so
use that to
yeah,
line it
and
up.
and they played this because they want everybody to believe in NASA. So of course, you say that it was some black women working there or whatever. Then now everybody on the bandwagon with NASA.
Hmm.
Yeah, they be knowing what they be doing.
Yeah,
Facts.
you know. So
Hmm.
Tartarians, you said that was more like of a nation thing, right?
Yeah, yeah, it was. They had a lot of land that spread it on the northern part of China, the North Pole, and I want to say what they say. What is it? Alabors? No, what is it called? It's an island or something like that up at the top where you can see what is it? Polarities? No, crap. I'm having a brain fart right now. Basically, they covered the whole north part of what they would say the globe.
Hmm.
Like that would be, yeah, all they land. They was pretty big, and then
Okay.
they believed that they also was the ones that built these water generators. But
I was just
if
about to
that's
say because their craft was like dealing with electricity, right? Like that was like one of their
well,
major crafts.
that's what they see. This is what they want us to believe, is that they want us to believe the Tartarians is the Europeans in them. That's what I think. But
Hmm.
from a little bit of my research, I think they switching the races. I mean,
Like
I
they
think
do
they switching the
everything.
races.
Yeah,
Yep.
Hmm.
everything.
Yeah, because
With
Washing
all
it,
the
if they
races.
was building,
whitewashing.
yeah, if they was building those cathedrals and water generators and had these star islands that was pumping off enough energy to supply what natural resource energy to like the cities and stuff, like because they had houses and they had
Hmm.
electricity, but they didn't have power lines and stuff.
Righteous.
Hmm.
Like
All
so,
the structures could power themselves. Like that's how they was
yeah,
designed.
yeah. If
Yeah.
you look up the world fairs will show you a lot of that the hidden technology and stuff that they had back then. That they trying to play like they didn't have. Like they had cell phones in
Right.
the 1800s,
Man,
like real life smartphones.
I seen pictures on the walls and those pyramids saying that they had like cell phones, light bulbs.
Yeah,
Cause so
the
now, cause
Wi-Fi
I'm trying.
symbol.
Right, right. So I'm thinking like, okay, we gotta go back and trace back where the first civilization was, because apparently this information or this technology spread from one point. You know what I mean?
Oh
Samaria.
yeah, a lot of the technology come from within us as well. Like
Facts.
so, a
We
lot of
are
Yeah,
the
technology.
artificial, right?
yeah.
All this artificial stuff outside, they just reinvented it from the what happens inside of us.
Right. And
Hmm.
we really taught them a lot. Like they studied us for a
Mm.
long time and we taught them so
Oh yeah.
fucking much. We helped them raise the vibration so much. So a lot of what they
Hmm.
know is stolen out as our knowledge. We just don't remember the
Right.
shit. But a lot
Yep.
of
Yeah.
us are scientists and engineers and shit. Like we know this shit already,
Yeah.
but we gotta
Hmm.
remember.
Cause man, I had this thought, right? Cause you know how they saying about the pyramids and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I had made this connection with this video I seen on Facebook like probably like a year ago or like 2 years ago. But so you seen that video where they put salt on a speaker and they tune the salt, I mean they tune the speaker to a certain
Yes.
frequency where you can't even hear it and the salt takes the shape.
Yeah.
So
Hmm.
now get that concept and use it comparing it to like a mound. So if you get a mud mound and let's say you dig
Right.
on the inside of the mound and you design the inside pattern which you dig to be like a channel for like a trumpet, like the inside of a trumpet. So when you hit a
Hmm.
certain tone inside it, the outside of the mound would actually take the shape of the frequency that's coming out. You see what I'm
Facts.
saying?
Okay.
And
Right.
I feel
Right.
like that's it feels
Cause
logical, like it's possible because you know if
we
you
got the
Every,
dig.
Serpent Mound
everything.
here in Ohio, and they don't know how anybody built or made the Serpent Mound. They just know it's been here. And
Vibration,
asteroid. They said that asteroid happened.
Everything is
Yeah,
vibration.
there. But
Everything.
I
vibration,
don't.
yep.
Yeah, with me learning about the flat Earth and all that, I know ain't no asteroid do that.
That's
Yeah.
they try to say asteroid made Grand Canyon. They tried to
Yeah.
say
Yeah.
they tried to say a big ass rock hit the earth right and knocked the chunk of the earth out, which is the
Uh.
Grand Canyon, and then that made the moon.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's how because
Yeah, I seen that.
Dr. York
I
tell
heard
the
that
truth. He
before.
said that was Star Sirius.
See the Grand
I mean,
Cancer
not Star
pizza.
Sirius, but the
So they saying,
Anunnaki ship.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I heard that before too.
That's what they
yeah.
used
You
to
can
Yeah,
teach
get
us in
that
school.
information in the Holy Tablet to tell you about the how that I guess that Grand Canyon really got there because that's how I learned about the information.
That's a portal
mm,
straight to Africa. You can go through the Grand Canyon, end up in Africa right now. Like that's why they don't let us go through there. That's why they don't let nobody go
Yeah.
down there.
I
Oh,
should
so
go
and you
bum
know
rush
what?
that
That's
shit.
so funny. The Serpent Mound, it opens every day from 10 to 5 p.m. You're not allowed to be in that park after 5 p.m. And I don't understand. They charge you for parking. Why wouldn't they want you in the park at least till like 9 o'clock? But they literally
Yeah.
close it down every day at 5 p.m. And I think it's not open on like Saturday, Sundays or something like that. And I know that we have Ohio have like one of the oldest military bases too. And I believe it might be
Mm.
somewhere around that Serpent Mound or something like that. Like, so I need to go back out there. Like, I want to go
I was
out
just,
there and be out
yeah, I
there after
heard this.
5 p.m. Like to see what's gonna happen because I feel like something might happen. Like, why don't they want people out there during that time? And it's really isolated out in that area too.
I heard it's a lot of hidden artifacts in Ohio. From years ago, I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, this state off the chain. I call this the police state. I call Ohio the police state. But I could tell you this much about my state is that one of the books that I got to do rituals to create your own incantations um for like the days of the week you're supposed to do these 7 day rituals and I want to say for like Monday or Tuesday or something like that. Ohio is in there for, and it's basically a spell word, and it tell you what it mean in the book. I don't forgot, but Ohio is more than just a state name. Like, and it be a lot of they do a lot of witchcraft and spell work movies here in Ohio. They do a lot of them here, and we don't even a lot of people don't even know. Yeah,
That's deep.
yeah. In the
Facts. A
Appalachian
lot of these
Mountains,
names
like
they
they
be
don't.
using.
Yeah, I was about to say they don't tell us about the Appalachian Mountains. Like they got people thinking like the Appalachian Mountains somewhere else. Like I was telling somebody like Ohio is is in the Appalachian Mountains, not the bottom of it. Like
Mm,
Cincinnati technically, like cuz my city we got a lot of hills that used to be mountains. You can tell that they didn't
mm,
cut all the mountains down in my
Mm-hmm.
city to make these hills. Like and so I be trying to tell people this, like, but
That done destroyed a
that
lot of
people
our other
don't,
stuff.
yeah, people don't know, like, and they keep they intentionally keep that a secret because if you notice the Appalachian Mountains and you from the mountains, you gonna know your history at some point. You gonna find out what tribe you from, all type of stuff.
It's the reason why they keep that mound froze too,
Oh yeah,
iced up.
oh yeah. I think it's time for my little break. Yeah, they
yeah.
be. That's
That's how I
what
used to look at mountains. I used to always look at mountains like they was pyramids.
I saw it was a mountain in North Carolina, Chimney Rock Mountain, and it had like a waterfall, and what else did it have on it? They put the flag, the U.S. flag, up there, and I want to say like you can actually drive. You drive so far, and then you walk the rest of the mountain, like, and I guess you can go to the peak of it. It's pretty high though, like. But you can see, like, when I travel and I go through the mountains, the tunnels, like you could see where they got side of the roads and stuff on the side of the mountains that they've been created, like, and that's only for like the military and stuff like that. Like I always be wondering, like, what's
Yeah.
really that way? Yeah, like, and I always be saying like, what dug through these mountains? Like they want to say it's just these equipments or you know what I'm saying, the machinery or whatever. Like, but on Ancient Aliens, it be showing that they be using a lot of vibrations and stuff, frequencies to do
hmm
stuff.
Facts, facts. You can build shit and tear shit down
Yeah,
with vibrations because
Mm,
vibrations
yeah.
is the fabric of everything.
Yeah, I always say,
man,
man, sound is the most slept on element. Well, vibration. We look at everything else,
bro.
but everybody, they bypass that. And
Mhm.
it was a dude, man, around the time when I first came, like when I first got woke up, I used to watch him, but people used to write him
Mm.
off like he was crazy. His name was something Hamilton, and he was bringing
Okay.
awareness to that, and
I think I know who you're talking about.
he was talking about how he done met Jimmy Iovine, and Jimmy Iovine wanted him to sign this contract and this and that.
Mm.
And yeah, he used to be breaking down all that shit, talking about Sonic and the Sonic the Hedgehog and stuff like that.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and and he was breaking down the whole cartoon stuff with the rings and stuff. I forgot all that. I gotta go
Dang.
back and find
Yeah.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, you know what? That's like the dude Rod Hotep that I be watching. He be talking about. I think he talked about Avatar and stuff like that. Like, and that's why it is good to watch multiple people. Like I always tell people, like don't
Heck yeah.
just get wrapped
Hmm.
up on one person teaching information. Like you know what I'm saying? Listen to multiple different people. Like I was listening to this lady a while ago. She is like a spiritual or what was she, a life coach or something like that. Like, but her energy started getting off. Like I think her views started going to her head. So I quit watching her. Like I tried to show her love, like how I came on his live, like start talking to him and stuff like that. I tried to do that with her. Like it, next thing you know, her next video, she like, yeah, I went to y'all. I be checking out y'all videos and y'all trying to steal my content and all this, that, and the third. And I'm like, damn, I use you as a reference. I gave you a shout out, but all
Yeah.
right,
That's actually
unsubscribe.
helping.
Yeah, yeah. Like you know what I'm saying? People be letting them little numbers get to them.
Yeah.
That's what they do it
Yeah,
for. That's what
yeah,
they really do
yeah.
it for.
That's why people be trolling them, man, because they see that shit. They be like, all right, this person clearly operating from ego and prideful.
Mhm.
You see what I'm saying? They only want the praise.
Right. Yeah.
And when you look at trolls, they understand that what's that thing where they say the 80 something, like where they know that if they make a reply negative, they gonna get a response faster than someone who say something positive. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Right.
So,
Right.
and
Yeah.
that's it's like I notice a lot of that on this platform right here. It's like people
Mhm.
who operate from that point of view, you can see all
Yeah.
their weaknesses because it's like they exposing
Mhm.
themselves.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. I was following some chick. And at first, like she was like pro black, like, but you know you got to be careful with that term, like. And so at first, I was listening to her because I'm like, okay, she's speaking like kind of for the people. But then the more she started speaking, you could tell that it was just like ego driven,
It
and
had intent.
then like yeah, and then you could tell that she was like vibrating on that root chakra, like because you know somebody might say something she don't like, so now she done made a whole video saying F them and all this, that, and the third, and like just
Yeah,
being
they all out of
extra. Like,
character. Yeah,
yeah, like you, like how you gonna be supposed to be spreading awareness and stuff like that, but then you super aggressive and you don't know how to handle disagreements, like you know what I'm saying, or conflict. Period. Like, cause why would you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? This is an app. Like, you don't have to react to nobody for real. You could just delete their comment. That's what I've
hmm
been
That's
doing.
real.
Delete the comment. I ain't gotta associate with that. Like, I don't know you in real life. Why do I gotta let you affect me in real life?
Facts.
hmm Yeah, that's why I give it no energy.
That's
Somebody
the
put,
best you could do.
you know,
That's why I like, and it's so weird, like with me, cause like I was saying, how my daughter was like my spiritual guide for me. I'm the same way like that with my mom. Like my mom, sometimes she tells me things, and I know she don't be expecting me to be like, "Mom, now you know you was dead wrong for that." Like, but you know, we that's what we hear. Like that's we need more of us to do that with our parents.
yeah,
Our parents
That's
yeah,
really
real.
do need that. Like that's the problem. They've
you're
been
right.
too comfortable getting away with being narcissists too long. Like
Yeah,
they need to understand we don't need that tough love no more. We get it. We
hmm
understand it. Like
Yep.
Uh-uh.
We both
Man,
need
I
to
be
heal.
I be going through it with my people. I be trying to tell their ass the real. They don't want to hear that shit, but I don't care. I be I be on their top.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
the
be on their top.
spells, they be indulging in too many of that root work. That root work
Yeah.
be deep on our people. That
Hmm.
root work, that's what racism is. Like root work is racism is a prime example of root work when people want to know what that is, the definition of it. Just think of racism. Like, and anything other than that, like anything that's close with that, like with family curses or family, like when your family be like, well, we all went to this college, so you got to go to that college. No, I don't. Like that's root
Yeah.
work. Hmm. Yeah, or we all Christians, so now you got to be a Christian because no, I don't. Like that's root work. Like, and I don't know where that root magic was taught, but boy, that shit is for real though.
Yeah, they definitely put a chip on that one. That should be holding people.
Oh yeah, definitely do. It's quiet out here. It ain't a soul.
Yeah,
Sometimes I be
it's
hearing this weird noise. Like I don't know if y'all ever seen the show Under the Dome?
I think so.
It's an old show. Steven was it Steven Spielberg made it?
Okay.
He had a book. He had a book about it first, and they made it a show. But like, it's basically about this town, Chester Mill, that get cut off from the rest of the world, and they don't know why. It's a dome though, like the infirmity. And so they the dome though, it was like making noises and shifting and doing all type of different stuff. But like when I be out here at nighttime, the same noise that the dome was making in that movie, I be hearing that out here at nighttime. Like, and I was associating it with trains because it's trains around here, and I figure it must be like train track, the brakes
vibration.
screeching,
Yeah.
yeah, like. But it's like sometimes I don't hear it, like, and I could drive right next to the train tracks and I won't hear it at all. Like, it's different. Like
Mm.
when you I guess when you aware, like, or just tap in and you be out, you notice a whole bunch of stuff.
Oh
Nah,
yeah.
for real. It was a shapeshifter earlier, in the woods where I was at. It was making
Oh
like baby
wow.
noise. Yeah, it was making baby noises and
Man,
shit like
I
that.
seen a video, man. Man, that's some scary shit
Mm-hmm.
right there. That's some spooky stuff right there. I see the
Hell
video on
yeah.
that
Man,
shit. I was like, hell no.
The
Mm-mm.
shapeshifter, that's
I'm
deep.
so down to
I'm,
do
I'm
that.
letting,
Like,
I'm
You got
letting
out of
everything
there?
fly out the. What? Hell no.
Mm-hmm. My goofy butt, I
Hey,
look, I be
Esther, been
trying, I'm
good. How are
trying to
you?
see. I want to see.
it was
That's
this Mexican lady over there. She was trying to go see what it was and shit. I just started laughing because I already knew what it was.
new. Okay, yeah, trying to get the motherfucker over there. It's about to get a
Yeah.
motherfucker.
She like, what is that? Is that a baby and shit? I see her. She telling her kids to stay over here and she going. I'm like, I just start shaking
Mm-mm.
my head like, man, hey, don't
Yeah,
go over there if you ain't ready.
damn. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's like I told my dude I saw a zombie, man. Like I said, I don't know if it was drugs or something else, but that motherfucker definitely was walking just like some shit out off the games, like just like the zombies on the game. The games is supposed to be like real life.
it's a different version. It's a
Yeah.
different dimension of the Matrix. But yes, it is.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like, I noticed they trying to make the video games be more and more real. Like, yo.
Yeah.
And that's how
Hmm.
dude was walking though. Like, and I'm like, man, I think that was a zombie. Like, only thing was missing was the blood and shit.
Facts.
I done seen another one like that before. It was a lady, man. I had to cuss her ass out, like get the fuck out away from my house and shit. Like, and she was like,
That be
I'm
that
like, bro,
K2
gone.
and all them other
Yeah, I was
bad
like,
salts and all that.
yeah, I was like, man, get the fuck away from here, bro. Like, eventually she got her little mosey ass up and it fell over in the neighbor yard. I was like, yeah, that's the yard you can lay in, motherfucker, cause you can't lay over here.
we gotta look
Yeah.
at it like we already using 10%. We only using 10%. Well, most people. I'm vibrating a lot higher, but most people only using 10% of
Nah.
their brain, 10% of their body. So if you go below that,
Mm-hmm.
then we already in a
You
zombie state.
got
So if you go below that,
right.
then you know what I'm saying. What is that gonna look like using? If you use
Ooh.
5% of
That's
your brain or three
that's a
percent of
rock.
your
Mm-hmm.
brain,
Hitting them with a rock.
that's a yeah,
Man.
yeah, that's a zombie
Oh
right there for
yeah.
you. That's a
Yeah,
zombie ready to
that's a
go.
vegetable. Yeah.
Agreed.
3%
That's
of
a
your goddamn brain and shit.
You
yeah,
powered
man,
off.
fuck that.
That's why the
They
zombies
powered
always
off.
talking about brains, brains. They want to
Yeah,
eat
cause
Yeah.
brains.
they want to eat brains cause they ain't got one.
They ain't got none.
I think the worst ones for me is the people that be knowing shit and be wanting to stay asleep.
Facts.
Them the
I feel like
ones.
I feel
Like,
like
like, how can you choose to be stupid?
I
Like,
feel
that's
like
the word I'm
it's a
using.
fear factor. It's a real fear factor. A lot of people be just scared, like
Mhm.
plain out scared, and
Yeah,
that
I
shit'll
Mm-hmm.
make
will
you
say
revert.
I agree.
Cause it
Yeah.
done happened to me like when I was first waking up. Like I used to be scared
Okay.
of the new information that was coming. I'm like, damn, this shit happening for real.
Right,
Damn, these
right.
people.
Mm.
Oh shit, damn,
Mm.
whoa. And then that'll make
I
Yeah.
me
used to be
start
See,
mad.
I.
This
researching. I
can be real. Yeah, I used to be
Yeah, I
mad.
Yeah.
start
This can be
researching.
real.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, I done had.
Yeah,
I don't know. I done been through enough now. Like. I just, it's just like I said before, when they come get me, I at least want somebody to come looking for me. And right now, I don't think I got nobody that's gonna come looking for me. So
oh, that's
I don't
not
want
a
to put
fact.
myself in a, yeah, I don't want to put myself in a position where, you know what I'm saying? I'm vulnerable like that. Like I got, my daughter don't have no siblings. Like she ain't even
Mm-hmm.
got her dad right now. Like so, I want to be for like I want to be what my the rider that I really want to be, but then I have to be conscious that I had a little being like, so I got to make
Yeah,
sure she good before I can even really be on some rebel stuff like that.
yeah.
I
You gotta be
really
safe
really
for her.
be wanting to, yeah, cause
I feel
man.
that.
But it'd be different, like if I had, good 30 other people, like shit, and I know, like, okay, she good too. That's
Right,
different. Like,
Mm-hmm.
but
right.
it
That's
ain't
what I
it ain't
guess.
really like that.
That's kind of what I'm seeing with a lot of guys and goddesses right now. It's like a lot of people trying to start getting together. Not trying. I've been seeing a lot of guys and goddesses actually getting together, different states and shit like that. That's cool. Like,
Right, yeah.
that's what we need to start doing. But I just feel like, I don't know. I feel like it's a lot of motherfuckers preaching about this shit and then, like, they still living in the matrix.
They
It's like, I
ain't
don't
doing
know.
it. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what made me
yeah,
start making candles. Like I started making candles and started making jewelry. Like I've been selling crystals for a year now, well 2 years now. Like
yeah.
uh
You,
and for real, people like here in my city, they don't buy crystals, they don't meditate, they don't do none of that. So me buying these crystals and stuff, like, and nobody really to sell them to, that like put me in a little hole. Like, but I still got the crystals to sell, like, and that's my way of me trying to get like a step out of the matrix. Like I have a
Right.
garden at my mom's house, like, and I built that garden, I planted all that stuff, like, and right now my plant's kind of low key dying. As a matter of fact, I got to order a shield. That's about to take the last little bit of my little paycheck. Like that's the only reason why I even come to work is so I can be spiritual as I want to be. Like I want to buy crystals, I want to do rituals. Like all that stuff costs money.
with
Like
the
Right.
with the plants, you say your plants dying.
yeah, the
All right, get
lizards, nature eating them.
all
So I
right,
got to
get
get a
up.
shield. Go.
I don't
I'm
know.
sorry. Go
I
ahead.
don't know if this will help with the far as like the
Mhm.
pesticides part, but get you like
Mhm.
a copper rod. Like they have them.
Okay.
It's called like a plant copper, and you just stick it in the
Mhm.
ground next to the plants,
Okay.
and that'll
Okay.
help.
Cause
Like
Um,
I did put some little thin copper wire, but I don't think that was enough. I probably need bigger ones because my garden ain't little.
mm,
It's pretty. It's a big garden. Yeah, it got about 8 bell pepper plants, 4 romaines, 4 cabbage, some carrots, some squash, some zucchini, some cucumbers, some
you
spinach,
got the works.
nah, for real.
tomatoes, green onions, jalapeno peppers. Yeah. We was serious this year when I told my mom I wanted to do it. She believed me when she saw me start moving them logs and buying bags of dirt. She like, oh yeah, you for real. So like, I'm one of them people. Like, I that's probably why I be feeling like I be feeling, because it be so many people around me. Sometimes I meet that only be like 5% spiritual. Like, ain't none of them 100% spiritual. Like I'd be like, oh shoot, it's a new moon. I gotta go do my ritual. Like, or this going on. I gotta write this down. Like, oh, what they talking about? What's in retrograde? Like, I be trying to be in tune with everything that's going on. Cause even if there is no outer space, and they be talking about this retrograde and all that, it's a reason why they talk about this stuff, and they got it from somewhere. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, so I be like, you know what I'm saying, trying to take all that in, like, but it's hard to really come across people that's really dedicated, because this shit's not easy. It's lonely, and
That's
it's
true.
kind of hard because
That's true.
everybody is in the matrix. Everybody's like, everywhere you go, everybody celebrate holidays. You don't want to celebrate
Yeah.
no holiday, but everybody else is. Like, you
Yep.
know what I'm saying? You want to see your peoples every day, or not every day, but whenever you want to. They only want to see you when it's a holiday. Like, and
For
they don't
sure.
think they like you aware of all the bullshit, and everybody
Oh
else
shit, my
ain't.
phone from though. Damn.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
Edmund, say,
chopping
when did
it
you
up.
start waking up and experiencing things? Ooh, when I
It was
start waking up
2000,
experiencing things, off and
2012 for
on,
me.
um, off and on, like, I say probably like around my early teens and stuff like that, off and on. And then, like, when I really denounced religion and stuff, like around
Mm.
age 14,
Yeah,
uh,
you had your awakening
yeah,
way
back in
earlier than
religion.
me.
Yeah. That's how I was.
Yeah. I wish I was younger and I had known all this. I'd be in a better po- position that I would want to be, like, but it is what it
Like,
is.
see, for me, it was similar like that. Well, that's what I thought. But like he said,
Mhm.
it's hard. Like how you say, it's hard finding people like-minded people. So imagine now, 10 years, let's say even 15 years
Mhm.
ago, it's
Mhm.
like you had to keep all that stuff inside because if you say anything, people gonna write
Yeah,
you off
that's
as
what it
crazy.
was.
You
Yeah,
know what I
Oh, well,
mean?
nah,
exactly.
So
I
it
went
was
through
like
plenty
I
shit
had
with my
to,
families.
yeah.
I
That
So
went through
I
yeah.
had
plenty
to.
shit.
It's like for me, I had to play like double dutch. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I
Mhm.
can't. It's in my head, so I can't ignore this. You know what I mean?
Right.
But it's
Yeah, I
like
think
I
I
gotta
was like
still,
that.
yeah, I still gotta interact with the reality of
Mm.
these people and
With
stuff like
people,
that. Cause
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I was asleep, but I was aware I was asleep type thing, because I had a lot of mental illnesses. Like, so I
Mm,
was suppressing a lot of my childhood and stuff like that. And so with that came with the lifestyle I was choosing to live, because I was running from my childhood abuse and stuff. Like, but once I
mm,
had came to face that, then that's when I just started waking up repeatedly. Like, it was just, I even started meeting people.
I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna have to get out because I don't even know what's going on. I need to charge my phone. But fuck, this shit crazy. I got like 1% though, so I need to charge my phone. Family, damn. Peace. I say. Same thing that you got us. I say. Edward, let me try to follow you for my phone though. But I sent the request. Oh yeah, me and your friends already. Namaste. Take it easy, guys. I know you on that third shift, getting it in.